Yoda, everybody. Hello, early birds. Welcome in. Octopus, Devilish, Pete, I see you. Nick, all commercial civs. A gold run is actually a very fun run. I'd be very keen to try another one of those now that the game has been entirely rebalanced. Welcome in, everybody. Whether you're joining me live right now, if you are, I appreciate you somewhat tremendously. Appreciated the nice words on Discord as well, everybody. Octopus, including yours most recently, by the way. If you're joining me in the VOD afterwards, welcome in. Today's a very exciting day regardless. Finally, the update I feel like I've been waiting for about 3 years, Charles. It's here. It's been delivered. And slightly rebranded as the Da Vinci update, Dusk and Dawn. Look at you with your yellow members icon over there. I see you. So, it's been rebranded from the Vitruvium update to the Leonardo da Vinci update, which is probably a better idea. So, this is literally me jumping into the game for the very first time. We can see they've created a custom persona, looks very cool, and then a whole load of little symbols and stuff. This one is particularly thematic, though, it's got to be said. A custom Leonardo da Vinci persona, please. Right, let's have a look. So, alongside the patch update that came out today, We also have this limited time in-game event. Looks like it's split across 2 chapters. What have we got? Own a biplane as an early modern era culture. Cool. Destroy the fortifications on 10 tiles during a game. Neat. Own a city netting over 1,000 industry and 1,000 science in a turn. That's quite fun, considering the changes that have taken place. And then in the second chapter, we have, as the Venetians trigger the science endgame condition, own a city with cultural wonders from all 6 eras and max out all 4 ideological axes on the same side during the same game. Neat! Those are some cool challenges. Interesting. And I see that there's not a time limit on these either. It's just an overall time limit, but looks like they're all unlocked to begin with. So, I need a wonderful sit. I need lots of things. I won't focus on those too much right now, but I will keep them in the back of my mind. And I'll bounce back to the main menu. Holy moly, who was that? Let me just very quickly first here take a look, and yep, we can see that the notifications are all in. And looks like all that is working fine. I've got my ones in and on that I want to be in and on, and not in and on that I don't. Those are most of the changes on the UI side of things in today's update. Let's jump into a new game to give this a whirl. I'm going to randomize the opponents. Let's bring it up to 8. Let's make it a large world at that. World shape. Good to be random, baby. Good to be totally random. Let's go for a normal pacing, for a normal playthrough. Or should we go fast, maybe? Let's go normal, and we'll see how we go. And then, as far as difficulty goes, I probably want to be looking at this higher end. I don't really mind too much. Somewhere between Nation and Humankind is what I'm thinking. But first and foremost, Dusk! Thank you so much for 6 Duskin shekels. Whoa, whoa, whoa. It's too good. It's stupid cheap fun. And I love it. Thank you so much, though, really seriously, for VINCI. Amazing. All right. I really appreciate your super chat, Dusk. Thank you for being here. Thank you for VINCI. Chapters are unlocked immediately, which is a great start to the event. Apparently there have been some changes to the AI in this update, which is interesting. I haven't played a lot on Humankind lately. I might get my ass kicked. And I'd also like to test it from some sort of common ground that isn't too low. Let's shoot for Empire, because that's what I was playing on yesterday. Call it a common ground. Custom map we won't use, content we won't use. My persona is broken thanks to the update. I'll fix that next time. I'll fix that next time. Speaking of next time, tomorrow we are playing a community multiplayer live at this time, right here. Basically this time. It'll actually be in 15 minutes from now. It'll be starting. If you're on the members Discord, if you're a member, jump in, jump on, have a look at the announcements page. You'll be able to jump on board. And thank you to everybody who's already tuning in live. We've got 50 people here already. And a whole load of likes that I can't check without tabbing out. And I trust you. I trust that you're liking the video. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. Arachnadork as well. First Dusk and then Arachnadork. Arachnadork subscribed to tier 1 for 4 months in a row. I'll have a sip of coffee to that. And let's jump into a brand new world, a brand new game, a brand new journey of Humankind. 28 likes. Thank you, Charles. Nearly a third of the way there, a little over a quarter. I'm not sure if we'll hit triple digits today, but surely I figure, I know it's an off day, but come on. It's an update day. And this spawn is teasing me with a river that I can't get to that food. So we might go for a re-roll. I won't spend an entire stream re-rolling though. That would be a little a little too much. So let's see, who do we have? Let's spice this up a bit with some names that I see in chat. Pete, I see you. Lit Lucky. Eyo. Dusk. Brilliant. and randomize the rest after throwing in the next person I see who's in the chat. Boom. And then you can be random, and you can be random, and you can be random, and then we'll have some randomized players in here as well. Good. I'll change mine to red because I'm feeling a little more aggressive, and we'll jump back in. Oh, we got the Martian. That's good. Kia ora, Tahita. Hey, I was thinking about you when I saw the borders and all the news around the borders and the announcements. Long time no see. Welcome. You've chosen a great day to jump back into Humankind live streams as well. Huck is here as well. Hey Huck, what up? What up, Huck? Testing it on Humankind difficulty. Alright, if the start is a bad start, I'll test it on Humankind difficulty. And if the start is a good start, I'll test it on this. Looks like the start is a good start.
There is so much to see.
Oh, normal speed has... Normal speed... Oh, man, I haven't played on normal speed in ages. Alright, let's test it on Humankind difficulty then. Pete's calling me out for being a coward. Which is so true. Let's up the stakes today. It's a high stakes day. The pressure's on. Arachn Talk, thank you for using your subscription again. Sorry, I just cast my eyes over to the super chat alerts. Also, Julian Samar followed on Twitch, and Fizzo followed on Twitch just before the live stream started. You didn't get your little announcement on screen, but I appreciate you supporting the channel. I do.
Our universe contains
any updates on the Political World Challenge? I think that is
most of which are about
being
and
calculated
ice,
and announced
tomorrow in a vacuum.
So we should get the official
However,
updates tomorrow.
On a small damp rock, there is a story that bears a second look.
On the New South Wales floods.
It's your story.
Oh, jeepers!
But the first 4 billion years or so, another day.
Got internet back yesterday.
Go
you! Go you! Alright. Courage the Cowardly Dog is ready to go. This place has horses. I'm playing on normal speed, so I don't actually need to be super picky about finding a food on the first turn. I've got the new notifications on. I should get notified. I'll have to tinker with my settings a bit because they could be wrong, but I should get notified when people are changing their cultures, but not for a whole load of other garbage. We've got scientists and builders who have been significantly nerfed. I talked about it at length in a video that I tried to upload today as quickly as I could after the update come out. And then I'll provide my normal sort of update video that I think people have grown to know and love a little bit. Probably tomorrow. Probably tomorrow. And that will include all of the changes, including this event, which was a cool surprise. Okay, well, I said I wasn't going to re-roll, but I mean, this is just, now we're taking the piss. Turn 5? Nothing? The game's like, look, just take a freaking unit. One more, just for old time's sake. While we're warming up, while everybody's just jumping into the stream. It'll also give me the opportunity to get rid of Lucy and replace her with Huck. Huck. Great. Let's go. Tahita, go you. That's freaking awesome. Both that you've got internet back and that you're helping with the recovery effort. Go you. Yes, Charles. Can enable and disable the notifications from down the bottom.
Is where it begins. The future that you carve through force of
which is very useful. I already have some disabled though, so they just won't come up at all. Which is fine.
Alliances and
okay, this looks like a better start at least. Braided rivers are always a good look. I can actually jump over onto that one as well. We'll call this a goer. There's some food. Nice. Really nice. Although I've stuffed up my movement. So just continue along this river for another turn. Doesn't really matter too much. He says.
Sustenance, security, and
oh, it really does.
Wonderful
These nuts,
stuff,
though.
This simple food.
We move this way.
Oh, for crying out loud. Am I just used to the blitz pacing? Have I been spoiled by playing blitz mode? Which tomorrow, by the way, we will be playing blitz mode. For the Humankind community multiplayer session happening this time, this place, right here, right now. And it's brilliant. Took most of last night catching up on 2 months with Oh, good God. Well, it is a great day to join back in.
Another day.
Will
Another
he make
dawn
this
of
the actual start?
humankind. It is time to finish breakfast, give a rousing
Well, he
speech,
might have.
and leap into the future.
Oh, that is a very cool raised up alpine lake, though. That is wicked. Let's survey this land a bit more. Okay, there's lots of food down there. So if I make my way down and around, I'll at least guarantee something. And there's a little bit of
Nothing
science on the
else.
way out.
You could learn
Good.
what killed them.
I mean, this is not ideal. But that's fine. Jump my way down through here. Fight our way through this forest quickly before this big guy does
Full
exactly
bellies and
that.
healthy children. I
Okay, here's
see
some
where this is
nuts.
going.
Carry on around this way. There's a little more food. It's really... It's a dog-eat-dog world. That food will at least get me an extra unit. We'll also get another one on turn 5, so the best of both worlds. No, I tell a lie. Actually, just +2 food. Sure. Right, bounce this way. Grab this. Not extra population. Please! There's some science. Come on. Jumbo needs a new pair of wheels. Oh. It has been such a long time since I played normal speed. Zoe raises a good point. Why restart when you have a territory full of rivers or something like that? It's a very good point. I have a little bias, rightly or wrongly, towards starting with extra food. I really prefer to get extra food in the first couple of turns, because that way I have twice, at least twice the number of scouts to scout with. However, I should probably give a little more
begins.
weighting to the
new world,
actual
a new
tiles
history,
themselves.
Untold
Here we
possibilities.
go. 10
There is so
food,
much to see,
these nuts,
do,
straight
learn.
off the start.
Or, depending
Now
on
I
one's
just need to find
preferences,
some rivers and we'll be away. But finding at least something on turn 1 and there's something on turn 2. Looks like this is our goer. Now I have 2 units, twice the exploration, twice the fun. This should be fine. Me spawns on an island by myself. This should be fine. This will be fine. Oh, actually though, that is quite good. Could we move back and grab that science?
Just because a
as
culture
well.
died out doesn't mean it wasn't worthy of study.
Oh, and we'll finish down on that science too. Brilliant. I mean, it was only +1 science from each one, but this is a start worth keeping. You can jump to that one and actually backtrack y'all back that way. It's only 5 food, but it's fine. Looks like I'll be able to finish my turn on this river. No, I won't, because this rock is impassable. It's fine. Everything's fine. I'll need to spend at least 2 more turns to get to that food on that river. Outpost locations aren't super fantastic here, it's got to be said, but they're okay. They're okay. Ooh, okay. We've got some food back this way, and we've got the extra hunting party. This is very good. I'll settle for this. Extra hunting party can't quite get to that food. You can, though. Wasn't quite enough to daisy chain an extra unit out. And this deer has no idea, but it's actually being a real pain in the ass. It's blocking this spawn. So I'll jump onto this river and end that one. And around turn 6, we could be moving through if I can manage to muster up a little bit of extra science. This deer is actually being really annoying because it'll block this unit. So let's get you toward that food that I just spy with my little eye. Then we'll bring this unit this way to clear the deer. Oh my god, I can't. A disaster. What I can do is move to the low ground because I know the food's there. And then take down this guy. Great. Moving to this high ground, the stupid animal will be caught completely off guard. Yoink. And should have got... Okay, apparently only got +1 food. Thought that would have been 5. That's odd. But I'll allow it. Ooh. You would do that, wouldn't you? You would do that. Fine. This unit's going back to get this. This unit's gonna try and take down this mammoth in a 1v1 situation. Hopefully using the high ground to its advantage. It's not ideal. Please. Okay, try again. Using high ground to my advantage. Nope. Still not ideal. Okay. Just keep running away. This time I do technically have the advantageous tile. Looks like we'll need to bring an extra buddy along for that fight. Here is a river. Could be a good spot to settle. I do need to place an outpost somewhere. 21 food. That is a huge population and absolutely zero industry, and I love it. Let's settle that. For starters, it's gonna take 8 turns to manifest. It's fine. You are sort of just out of range, but guaranteed an extra unit, so we'll pump you that way. And now that I've claimed this, I could probably just ignore the rest. Might want to attach a really industrial territory to it, though, so let's head down and explore with this unit. Oh my god, he did find some more food as well. 1 food. Here. You're gonna need a bit more where that came from, Chief. Here's an extra unit to go and fight the mammoth, or do similar things. It's still there. This is a whomper of a high ground to stab from, though. I'm gonna try my luck again. Come on! How did it get up there? That's bull. That is bull. Fine. Have it your way. I'll just hide in this tree next to it. It is weak. I might be able to take it down just through sheer luck and stupidity here. In fact, stand up onto that high ground. Hey? Now you're talking. I outsmarted the animal. God, I'm proud of me. There's an extra 20 food for a dude who we can't move until next turn, so that's fine. This city could take the +2 science, which I'm actually quite the fan of. +5 food would... less useful, I think. I think we'll go with the extra science. Oh, damn it. Coffeeed everywhere. I know, right? I feel so scammed by this +1 food. What is going on? Either way, here's astronomy, which I'll just check through and make sure this hasn't changed. Am I mad, or has this changed? I think I've just gone mad. Every time on update day, I'm like cautiously scanning through every element in case they've snuck something through and changed it on me. Mark, thank you for following. Thank you so much for following. But as always, it's the ghost update. I think there's been an update, there has not. So I'll take the +1 science. It's always the best. Oh, and Mark went through and subscribed with Twitch Prime as well. Thank you, Mark, for using your Twitch Prime subscription. You are awesome. As are the some 60 people watching at the moment on YouTube. Huge numbers. Huge numbers for an off day, off time. Thank you for joining me, you huge people. So I've actually got the 2 most important stars. Only one I haven't got is the Hunter Star, which I think is less important. If I remind me later on that, move here, extra food, not very useful. Waiting another turn is good because I can get that extra food, which I know is there. So I will just maybe wait one more. Technically also don't have an outpost ready, so might want to try and get my second outpost online. One that could actually become a city. I'm from Brazil. Oh, wicked. Kia ora to Brazil. Thank you for using your Twitch Prime as well. Jeff Bezos loves it. Really loves it. Alright, shift the healthy dude to the front. We've actually got a reasonable enough high ground that I can hold it with the healthy dude. For a turn. Yes. You see the mammoth has taken a lot of hits. Even on humankind difficulty, the mammoth has nothing on me. When I bring my extra dude to help me out. Oh, jeez. A little close for comfort there. But it didn't matter. We smashed our way through, got 20 food and 20 influence, which will give me enough influence to place down another outpost. I thought that this was going to be another outpost. It ain't. This one is actually just massive, which is fine. I guess I will go for plan B, which is likely still this, because there's a reasonable enough industrial base here, maybe. Although that's a terrible settle, actually. They're all kind of terrible adjacent settles. Potentially around that river, there's sort of a blend of industry and food somewhere in this way. Maybe this unit could come over and take a look at that. Let's have a look. Oh, actually, yes. If it ends its turn here, it can grab an extra unit and place down an outpost. The old double whammy move never ceases to amaze. Incredible. Oh, just like Pete. Never ceases to amaze. With a $5 super chat. Thank you, Pete. You're awesome. A $5 super chat from Pete for courage as I bravely face off against Da Vinci. Da Vinci as well. Not just any old Vinci, Pete. Da Vinci. Thank you so much, Pete, for a $5 super chat. You did one yesterday as well. Back-to-back fivers. I appreciate you. Whew. Yes, the extra dude. Which actually can't go anywhere because it's an extra dude. Comes from a mammoth. Okay. That's fine. We'll just send this unit up this way. It can move along. Actually, it might want to hang around near this outpost and potentially turn it into a city. I have 2 outposts down. Neither of them are ready to turn into a city, though, because of their low industry. If we check the culture screen, nobody. Hover over this ability, and yep, 10 turns. Okay, the question is, who should we choose for Era 1? Entirely open at this stage. So I think I can wait around another turn, see if I can squeeze some extra pops out, like this one here, which is about to be produced from this extra food, potentially? Not quite, but if I merge these units together, I think it will. And fight this deer. There are a lot of steps involved. It is known. There are no luxuries. yeah, this is a... Where did all my luxuries go? Did they patch them out? You would think so, wouldn't you? There's the extra population from those units, so that's cool. Really looking to find one of these mysterious luxury or strategic resources that they speak of. Hello? Anybody? Hey look, here's my hunter star if I fight this guy. Oh, wicked. Well, there you go. Era complete. Maybe I move now, seeing as I've gone for gold. I guess, first things first. Might as well... Oh, God. Might as well scan around here, grab some extra stuff. Not a single territory with a resource has been found anywhere, which is a bit of a yikes. This one over this way is at least industrial. Not much of a saving grace, really, is it? Alright, I'm going to move through. The Egyptians and the Assyrians have been taken. We will play some industrialists and scientists later on. No, no, I didn't. I've not muted you, but thank you for tuning into Twitch, Yannick. I'm not sure how you would even know that. Although you could have been banned. It might not have been. You could be banned, but I haven't muted you. You're welcome to talk about potatoes. So anyway, this is an interesting position. I don't know if I need to play a scientist or an industrialist in this era. Arguably, there is maybe more value in playing them in this era because they're probably stronger. Probably. Oh yeah, you can't share links. You'll absolutely be picked up for trying to share those. Please refrain from doing so. Too risky. Too risky these days. The Olmecs or Lapita. Go with food. It would actually be a really beastly Harappan start. And I think where I can't play the industrialist or the scientist to see how nerfed they've been, I'll probably look to try and find the new gem, right? And I see that that's winning the poll at the moment on YouTube. Finding potential new stars. Militarists, maybe. And I think that the Mycenaeans are absolute powerhouses. Absolute powerhouses. So potentially the Mycenaeans. The Harappans also may be ascending to their new sort of glorious spot as well. Maybe. Maybe. Oh, a new follower. Oh, it's you. Thank you, Yannick. Hey, we're at 40 likes now on YouTube as well. Go, you likers. 40 likes deep. That is brilliant. I love it. The Harappans were already good. Potentially a little overshadowed by the Egyptians, I would say. The Harappans surged out the gate as the best culture at the start. I think I'm probably not alone in thinking that the Egyptians overtook them. I think the Harappans might now be back in the #1 spot. Hard to say. It's either that or the Mycenaeans. The Olmecs are, of course, very good. Could shoot for a top 3 poll. A quick and dirty poll. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. And I think the top 3 contenders for this era now, and I'm playing on Humankind difficulty, so I will provide myself with the strength that I need, are probably Joe, the Mycenaeans, and the Harappans. And I think we have a particularly strong Harappan start here. Not so sure if we have a good Joe start, but I'll put them in because they're very good. And then the Mycenaeans, who are potentially one of the strongest picks. Let's have a look at the geography, because as Aaron rightly points out, if there's no mountains, it might not be a very good Joe pick. We have some. Yep, we have some. I could relocate this outpost down here, as I said originally, with the lol, and then get one here, which is double adjacent, which is great. This territory can easily connect up to a double adjacent one there. Potentially I expand around this way, we get an extra adjacency in there. I'm going to need this territory first though. So we can pull off a Joe start. The Phoenicians actually are also a very good one. A very good one. And otherwise, the Harappan start I think naturally will come through. We've got good river potential. We've definitely got good food potential. One river, Harappa not happy. Yeah, well, if we choose Harappa, we likely expand this way. Grab this river out here. What I'll do is quickly go F5, see if I can move through to the next turn without a pesky AI taking something. Egyptians and Assyrians. There's my notifications working well and not being annoying. Nice. Also, hey, I haven't also forgotten about the Nubians. I mean, this would be a dreadful start for them, but I think they're pretty good. I'm gonna need to be revisiting my my tier lists too. So I've also got that in the back of my mind. But we'll see. We'll run a fairly quick poll. We'll go with the winner. I think a Joe start could be pulled off fairly easily. If I want to try for the Harappan play, we're gonna need to move this way. So probably expand out here. Looks really good to me. I can't fault it. A little bit of a tricky geography, but not terrible. Crap the science. This is now one turn away from being able to be turned into a city. So I'll keep some units nearby-ish-esque. Ooh. And here's another potential expand location. I have a strong feeling that I'll be muted soon. Yeah, probably. You've outed yourself as someone who shares links, and you've outed yourself as someone who was banned on YouTube. So I dare say so. I dare say so. Even if the Nubians were S tier, would be horrible for them. Yeah. Yeah, the Nubians are, the Nubians wouldn't be in love with this. But I think a Harappan start can make it work. Still, no luxuries or f***ing strategic resources anywhere to be seen. Starting to think I've accidentally turned it off. It looks like the Harappans have won. Oh, hashtag Olmec Gang on Twitch with only 2 votes. Amazing. I love it. Oh, you fools. Let me have a look over on the YouTube side of things. See what the gang. 0% Joe's pretty funny. Yeah, nobody interested in Joe. A reasonable amount of votes overall, around 25 votes. So we can potentially hold that as some sort of democracy. Joke. It's Joke. I like you, Josh. You can stay. You can stay. The Harappans won overwhelmingly. I theorize they could be, as I say, perhaps the best well-rounded pick for not all time, but probably for the ancient era, probably after the new update. More testing required, but we'll see. Let's choose the Harappans. Remind ourselves of what they actually do. +1 food on tiles, producing food, so that's basically every tile. And then +1 food on river. Brilliant. We will need more rivers where that came from. The canal network, the runners will upgrade our runners. Looks good to me. My goodness, it's like reliving the glory days 9 months ago. Oh my god. Oh, what a time to be alive it was, too. Woof. Hey, look! Resources! Oh my god, can we get a round of applause? Woohoo! Yay! Thank you! Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Thank you. I found some. Yeah, it's shocking. Shocking! Yeah, the Joe are brilliant. They are brilliant. But my god, we've done it. Okay, so this territory is also going to be a fairly tasty expand for me. I want some populations nearish to the city. Looks like everybody's moved. Let's do it. Welcome. It's turn 13. The cheer has gone out. Charles, I hope you liked it. Alexander joining in as well. And wine too. Oh, you people are awesome. We finally found horses. It only took 3,000 years. What's 3,000 years between friends? It's fine. Hey, on the bright side, I'm winning because I managed to ace the stars in that era. So every cloud has a silver lining. This grabe's going to be a good one because it has horses and copper, and it's near a river. Now that I'm the Harappans, we can get a better feel for what these territories can deliver as well. And we can see that this is a 22 food, 7 industry tile. It's got horses. We'll have to move back this way for the copper because of course they're not actually in the f***ing same territory, because why would the game be so kind? I'll have to move this way to get the copper. I want some resources, so I will prioritize that. Let's have a look around this way. Back up here into the promised land. This territory, we're still waiting on it, but as Huck rightly points out, it's going to be an absolute badass when it comes alive because of all of its food. Even this one here, I mean, it's a 15-6 now. That's okay. I'll allow it. we'll likely ditch 2 of these runners into Wham Bam Thank You Ma'am this city, which I will name after, who've we got? Dusk and Pete were the first 2 super chatters. And I also have Mark and Arachnadork on the Twitch subkind. So, let me go. Arachnapetopolis. The way that I figure it is, Opolis. Ancient cities, compared to modern standards and naming traditions, often had very strange names. Long, weird letter combinations. Kill the low health runners. Oh, I like the way you think. Zoe, that is an efficiency that is a little risque. I don't even know if that's safe for YouTube. I love it. Let's do it. Let's disband. Let's disband those runners. Now we've got a couple in the city. I can put them on food to try and grow it. Real lack of industry here, though. We might need to put them on industry. It is likely my food districts that will be the best. Let's get the canal network down first. Maybe the pottery workshop as well. I think I keep these units on industry. I might even get rid of one more, actually. I'm used to the blitz pacing, so this looks very slow to me. But I'm hoping that it's okay. And 3 looks to be about the sweet spot. So I'll leave it at 3. You're going to go out and explore to probably find me a fruitful promised land. And we'll just see how we go. I've connected this specifically for its horses, so doing the horse improvement first would be a good idea. The Artisan's Quarter provides no real value to me, so I could probably ignore it. Carpentry is juicy as well, though. So I'll keep that in the back of my mind. Oh my god, I'm almost out of coffee. Jeez. I was hoping this was going to be a long stream. So many people tuning in, it ought to be. To begin with, at least. I don't know, Chief. I'm gonna need more coffee. I've also fallen into 2nd place, which makes me very sad. Get those 2 civics down. Thanks to my high pop start, can found my religion. Some changes to explore with this as well. Once we move through into the next bit anyway. Staying on this river is a good idea. Burning down the sanctuary is a good idea. This territory as a whole is actually looking much more juicy. If it had a resource. Someone... okay, the real crime here is that they are on abundant. Or I didn't change them off abundant. Maybe setting the map continent type to random overrode it somehow. Although I don't think it does. But it might have. But it's either way. It's a pretty tragic beginning. It's gotta be said, it's a pretty tragic beginning. I think I'll just keep exploring. Here's another resource of some kind, which is nice to see. There's a mountain range. Joe is looking wonderful. Everything spawned on the other continent. Yeah. Yep. We were first with 60 fame, Pete. Yes, we have now unfortunately fallen down to 2nd place, 110. Only because I had a fairly quick ancient era. Sorry, nomadic era, I think. It was really just that quick nomad that was doing it for us. I'm surprised by it, though. I really am. Especially because the AI in this match are not foolish AIs. 10,800 seconds. Alright, everybody count to 10,800. Thank you, Huck. And you can get some more link spam. Self-confessed. Hey, why am I banned on YouTube? All I did was share some links. Gee, I don't know, Chief. I think you might have got... I think it might have picked you up. Okay, moving swiftly along. Sweeping that away tidily. God. You know what, actually, let's just send this runner in a straight line. Circumnavigating the globe does provide me with some fame. So it would be useful for me to pick that up at some point. Claiming territories is really expensive. I'm going to need to get my civics online to help those along. I think first and foremost, though... yeah, first and foremost, let's get +5 influence on the main plaza. Still no real benefit to grabbing the religious bonus there. I've fallen into 3rd place now. My early lead off to a bad start now. No, stop. Let me do this. Okay. I think I'll cut through this way. We'll go for the same strategy of looking far and wide. That copper territory is crappy. Well, it's very high industry. It might not actually be a terrible one for a Harappan to take, right? Grab this one with my 20-something food, attach it up to this one for the fast industry. It's not the best, though, it's got to be said. And then this mountain is unfortunately over there. I would love to attach that to my territory. Beautiful mountain that I've seen a lot lately from my real-world Italy playthroughs, but that's fine. Move my way this way. This river-braided territory up here is not bad. Again, wishing that I took that start with all of those luxuries. And feeling like my poor opponents from the last Humankind multiplayer session, who got pretty unlucky with a spawn like this. What I'm assuming is pretty unlucky anyway. And another shameless plug and shout out to tomorrow's multiplayer session, which will be happening at this time tomorrow, officially actually at this time. We'll be about 20 minutes in, so probably like 10 turns in on that wonderful multiplayer turn timer. I could get the extra influence off my districts. I think I'll refrain from doing that though. I want to get the create outpost discount for starters, because there's loads of outposts to create and they're still really expensive after that discount 45. God, it's been a long time since I played a normal game. Yep, started a new game with the patch, always. 421 on 421? Oh my god, he did! Favorite bug fix, you no longer need to scour the map when using Clear Ruin. What do you mean, Pete? Could you elaborate on that one? The pollution challenge results coming out tomorrow, I'm told. Apparently there'll be the announcements tomorrow on their socials. Hoping for a top 3 finish. I reckon we might have done enough for a first place. At the very least, though, I'm hoping we get a top 3 finish because that will give me some keys that I can give away. If they announce it tomorrow, I might have some stuff to give away tomorrow during the community multiplayer session. But if not, I'll have some stuff to give away next week. Next week will be a hugely exciting week on the channel as well, with the release of Dune Spice Wars, Galactic Civilizations 4, undoubtedly more Humankind stuff to unpack, which I'll be unpacking in content form tomorrow as well. Provide my update, but I'm keen to also hear a little more about your favorite things from this update, because then I can include them in my update video that I'll be working on after this live stream, which I might start working on in an hour, I might start working on in 5 hours, we'll see. Coffee! Oh my god! It's exactly what the doctor ordered! How could it be? Amazing. Like, great, get some influence out of this. Hey, look, here we go. Now we're talking. Sage, sage, sage. Unfortunately, it's the food on main plaza, not the food on district, but a good one for me to take nonetheless. The cost for grabbing this territory is 70 influence. Oh, I'm just really pleased to see that. Okay, let's scout out this area and try and grab this. Make sure no one else gets it from me. We've found resources. Looks like I'll focus on moving east rather than west. So I might not focus on that river. I might cut this here. Focus towards these luxuries. Try and find some sort of value. Hallelujah. Harappan's at the forefront of their Insta Coffee game. It's on theme for me. It's on theme for the channel. But yeah, anyway, I digress, but I was sort of telling a bit of a half-baked story, so I'll carry on. My plan is to live stream this playthrough today, as long as you're happy and here hanging out with me and watching along. I'll keep streaming, and then after that, I'll work on my traditional update coverage, where I go through and cover everything that's included in the update, or at least the important changes. Building a little bit on my video from this morning, where I highlighted those 3 key things that you really ought to be aware of as you're loading in. But I'll include everything rather than just 3 things. Pete's mentioned the Clear Ruins infrastructure. Move the cursor over every hexagon in territory looking for one that turns bright green. Ah, that is a really important little quality of life improvement. I'll see if I can test that out. I'd love to see it myself. Thank you for letting me know. I'll include it in tomorrow's video as a result. I will, of course, do my normal due diligence. I'll go through the patch notes, check through everything, jump into my Humankind game, get footage of the most important things, discuss the less important things or the things that don't require footage. I'll do all of the things I normally do, but I would love to hear your highlights, like that one from you, Pete. Thank you, Pete. You're a star in a reasonably priced car. Who are we kidding? Pete drives a Ferrari, and we all know it. Holy sage, Batman. Look at this is what I'm talking about. This territory down here. We've got sage. We've got huge rivers. It's a Harappan wet dream, and I love it. Continue to move along this way. Just make sure that I don't bump into any opponents. Because the AI and opponents were on Humankind difficulty, and were matched against AIs like Hux. And other powerful players like Pete. So, we'll see. We'll see. But either way, I'm glad that this early scouting has paid off. Maybe the +1 movement from the runners paid off too. I don't know. I'd be grasping at straws. Want to attach those horses, but also do want to grab this fairly quickly. We'll plot our way along the top just to see if there's any more sage or anything. There's a little bit of extra influence. Probs. See if I can get visibility over my lands. New Harappa. Oh, sorry, Arachna Pete. Duskville is going to be supreme in every way. Should probably attach this territory here. I'll spend my money to finish that canal network. That's really juicy.
You have become a builder.
Ooh, we
and a
could
creator.
use this.
There
It
is
would only
more to
gain one
creating an
population though,
empire
so it's
than
not really
just yelling
worthwhile.
wood.
I think I'll go for the attach because that speeds everything up, essentially. Could use the extra industrial jobs, but for the minute 3 industrialists will probably do. I don't actually need anybody working on food, so I can work on the other things and try and get my early stars online while this city plods away on its next unique district. This unit's going to grab influence. 10. I'll allow it. And keep scouting for visibility and such. You can grab that influence next turn. You're probably going to hang around here, so you might as well pillage that for a bit of cash money. And we're away laughing? Question mark? Maybe. Not saying much for my current build. Yeah, I mean, it's not ludicrously overpowered. But, I mean, 20% extra industry. Not to be scoffed at. It's a free wondrous ability on an industrial luxury from the very start of the game. You know, it's pretty decent. I'm not writing home to your mum about it or anything, Huck, but it's decent enough. Okay. Outpost claiming time? No. It's now going to cost you 95 bucks. Fine. 15, it'll probably be 10. No, it's actually just 40 bucks. Jeez. Okay, keep exploring. This will almost certainly be the one to claim. The question is more likely to be where. So I'll just try and fill out some of the blanks. Looks like an okay spot to end a turn. I'm within one tile of most of the good spots in this promised land. Tempted by that coffee as well. So let's try and do a maneuver that looks a little something like moving around this Joe Wonderland. And just seeing what we can find. If more coffee appears, then this is a reasonable spot. It didn't, so let's bounce over here. Grab a +25 +9. Or a +17 +16. That's probably better still. That's a ludicrously good territory, actually. About twice as good as the average. Woof. Next attach is probably back this way, so let's send one unit back there. And then, oh my god, another resource. Woof! Oh, there's an even better spot for the Joe. But We let the Joe dream go. We've got bigger fish to fry. Arachnopetopolis could look to overlook. Probably a good idea. And hopefully it can use some of its money in future. Extra dudes on these jobs is providing a fairly minimal return. So I think I'll keep one doing each of those other things. I need more industrialist jobs kind of soon, but the farmer's quarters are really where it's at. So I'll build another one of those first. Try and lift our food. A 4 Mountain Joe district. Yeah. Or we could go Ed or Japanese later. Did you see the Buster Merchant aesthetic cultures? I didn't actually see the specifics behind it, Pete. Let me open up my patch notes tab. Where is it? There it is. Humankind update. And let me just get those specifics online. I knew that they were changing them, but I can't remember those updates off the top of my head. And when they're pushing others down so significantly and lifting others up at the same time, it potentially makes stuff go really crazy. Reworked religious panel, balance affinities. Increase payouts for merchant affinities to give substantially more money per trade route per era. Increase payouts for aesthete abilities to substantially give more influence per adjacent territory per era. Improved the way that the game's speed settings are taken into account for the merchant active affinity. We should probably try some money cultures or influency cultures moving forward then. That seems like a really good idea, Pete. Thank you for flagging that and bringing that to my attention. Thanks also, I see we just crossed over 50 likes and 50 concurrent live viewers. Welcome in if you're just tuning in to Update Day. Let's run a new poll then on who I should choose in the new era. Pete's also just dropped it in. Into the chat there. So maybe moving through. We're moving through into the classical era. So the Mayans have been nerfed. They're the industrialist. The Greeks have been nerfed. They're the scientist. Potentially we might want to try the Mauryaans as the aesthete. Or the Carthaginians could be looking quite juicy. Aksumites unlikely because I don't have a lot of resources. So we'll go the Carthaginians as our merchant, the Mauryaans as our aesthete. Two fairly strong cultures independently. So let me pop them in. Buffed aesthete. And then we've got the Carthaginians, who I already had a soft spot for. Buffed merchant. They're an interesting one because they're a buff merchant that has a strong industrial capacity. And then I think for the third pick, we should go Mayans, who have been nerfed, but are still an industrialist. We won't put the Greeks on because you know my thoughts on them. Actually only works if we have neighbors. Hopefully we'll end up with some neighbors, but yeah, it does read that it's the territorial benefits that they're getting extra money from. Merchants benefiting from improving luxuries. You could argue that is also kind of tricky for me. In fact, kind of is an understatement. It'd be fair to say it's f***ing tricky for me. But still, important to note. 55 likes, we're doing strong. The poll is up. Thank you, Huck, for being my Twitch guardian angel. It's also live on YouTube, so you can vote wherever you please. We've got double-digit live viewers across the board, which is awesome. Some 60 or 70 people watching. Let's spend 90 bucks to get this Harappan Canal district done here. Now that's kind of done and dusted. One extra dude will give me one extra dude. So I'll do that. Industry is lacking. Should probably build an industrial district. Although you could argue that +1 industry on forest and woodland is a more beneficial tact for the city to take. I'm not sure. It would make the Mauryaans... sorry, not the Mauryaans. The Mayans. Getting my yins confused. Potentially a better pick, because we're a little low on industry and we've gone for a really high-powered food start. But we'll see. Here's our first neighbor, by the looks. So let's pop down and see who they are and what they stand for. Hopefully it's something good. The coffee territory looks juicy. I'd likely connect to it through there. but I might send out the scouts and do what they do well, which is actually scouting. Let's research calendar now that we can improve the sage. Sage is going to be infinitely useful on improving at least the food output on my cities. Although, like I say, again, we could probably use with more of an industrial one. I'm looking for dyes, maybe even a goldy ability if I want to shift towards gold in future. The next best grab here is this one to the north that has two sages. And I probably claim it near the one river tile. Or actually maybe near the industry. I'll hang around somewhere around there in future. Could grab army composition to start getting +2 influence on my emblematic districts. I think I'll do that.
People shouldn't have to do
It'll hurt my stability a little bit here in the capital. It's going to move below that beautiful 95%. But take a look at how slow the Obelisk of the Gods is. It's just too slow. It is just too slow. So that's not going to cut it.
Greetings
Let's
to
see.
the Nubians.
Okay, we found the Nubians.
What do you say?
It's King Rakos, who's receiving +1 influence on commons quarters, +10% science overall. They value turtling and garrisons. We'll trade luxuries with them. They've gone the Nubians, so you'd want to think... No. No improved luxuries. Okay. Back onto the river I go. Either way, we've found them. So that's a good start. Here's some papyrus and some marble. And some more marble. Neat. And some copper. That's the kind of copper territory you would be looking for. 55 likes now, Charles. If it had one more, it would be twice as many as it was last time you told me. Not bad going. When I say 1 like equals 1 happy jumbo, you don't want to see what happens when we hit 100. It's like a $50 super chat rolling through. It just hits me. Kabam! Oh, good God. Okay, move down to that river. You're away. We've found our opponent, our trade partner to the north. So I can start to trace these runners down south a little bit, I think. Or that runner down south. While this one moves further north to try and see what the huck is going on. Okay. Neat. We'll want to claim one of these territories on their border as well. To stop their expansion, to have bordering territories. There are loads of benefits. Stab that deer, because I'm fun. May as well do it while I'm here. Because I'm fun. I meant to say because it's fun. Although maybe I am also fun. I don't know. Either way, let's get bronze working online. Because I have a territory with copper that I'd like to connect. We're in first place. Just. Neat. You want to keep exploring, probably. Send it along the river, move to the Neveritsogi west of these mountains. I know, compass. This territory I do want to take. It looks like Carthage won on Twick. Mark with 100 channel points. Yeet-ing it through. Mauryan's are winning so far on YouTube. There were relatively few votes on Twitch. But if it's a close call, your voting numbers will come through. Looks like it's not a super close call. No one wants to see the nerfed Mayans. A lot of interest in the buffed Mauryans, and a reasonable amount of interest in the buffed Carthaginians. 10 more likes for Leonardo. He would have wanted it this way. 59 jumbos. That's a lot of happy jumbos, alright. You can do it. Okay. So I can get like sort of a 15-9, which would be good for my industry. Over this way, it's sort of a 17-3, so it's kind of just flipping it on its head. I think we'll focus on the 15-9. A good amount of industry, a reasonable-ish amount of everything else, and we kind of complete Sageville. It'll cost me 160 influence to make a second city out of it, but man, I would love to. It's also close to this person. I'd love to take this territory as well. Kind of afraid of these guys. They want that. That's neat. Probably won't give it to them. But I will look to take this. We can actually get a really weird city that just runs vertically down through this territory. If I grab this tile, this territory, and then this one for all of its very fruitful profits. So let me skeet up this way. It is actually technically the natural expansion to this place, which is weird, but it is what it is. Moving through as the Morians would be nice, also to fix my influence woes. A little bit low on that. Hashtag Leonardo like 69, way better. Hashtag 69 for Leonardo. Go you. Can we do it? I know that we can. I know that we can, especially if the stream turns into a long one, which it feels like it potentially, don't want to make any promises, potentially could. Let's definitely burn down this redoubt. And I might merge these units together. It's a runner with a warrior, so there's a little bit of strength involved. It should be enough to scare off 2 spearmen. They want... What do they want? They want this place as well. Everybody loves Raymond and everybody wants this territory. And for good damn reason, it's a juicy one. Potentially one of the best ones in the land, to be completely honest.
They have a certain appeal.
Pillage the layers as I go. Sounds like we've met the Olmecs.
Greetings.
We know there.
I'm called Hod.
It's the Martian. Let me introduce myself. Risk-taking, vindictive, loads of extra movement on their units, and +5 food on farmers' quarters. That's pretty good. See if they'll trade. They will. They've got nothing connected, though. Are we surprised? No. Do I want to connect the Sage? Yes. Stability on cities is great. 24-hour stream. Let's go, Rutra, to celebrate update day. Oh my god. I would love to. I would absolutely love to. I don't know if I could pull that off, though. Your boy's got to put bread on the table and sleep. But one of these days, it's on my like long-term to-do list. Maybe at 20,000 subscribers. Pete's just telling me that we've just crossed over 19,000 subscribers. Apparently, it's just happened live on stream. Before I started the stream, we were at 18,990. Have we gained 10 subs? Let me have a look. Yes! Officially, actually, Pete, literally right now, somebody called Gordon subscribed a couple of minutes ago. Go you, Gordon! If you're watching this, Gordon, you were number 19,000. How cool! On update day, we hit 19,000 subscribers. That is really exciting. Oh, that's awesome. We'll celebrate that. We'll bundle us. I'll actually hold off until a proper celebration with 20,000 subscribers. And how about on the fly now? I commit to maybe doing an extra long live stream, maybe a 12-hour special. Could do an endless stream for 24-hour. I'll commit to doing a super long stream when we hit 20,000 subscribers, seeing as we've just hit 19,000 live on stream. I thought it might have happened tomorrow during the community multiplayer, but you beat me to it. It's happened now. Wicked. Thank you to the 19,000 people who have subscribed to the JumboPixel channel. It means a lot. And oh my god, Dusk and Dawn with a 15 shekels. Super chat. Yeah, thank you, Dusk. Back to back. Let's get you a city you deserve. It'll be this one here. What are we at? 160 influence. I will probably fight these units, and I'll probably take them on manually, because they scare me. Can I get to the high ground? Well, I hope so. Yes. Might just bring everybody through. I need the warrior at the front, really, so let's do what I say, not what I do, and bring that unit through. Anyway, Dusk, thank you so much for 15 shekels! Dusk says, I decided to make my own country, Israel, as a contemporary era culture. Unfortunately, will be a militarist culture for obvious reasons. Well, I mean, to be fair, the game could use a militarist culture in the contemporary era. I understand why the devs wouldn't want to code one, because, like you say, it is a bit unfortunate to code oneself to have to code oneself as a militarist culture. But super worthwhile, very cool. Thank you for the 15 shekels. We'll throw you into a game. It's a shame I can't add modded cultures on the fly. All right, we'll just chuck you into this one. But make sure, if I don't do it, nag me. We'll make sure that we add your modded Israel in. Thank you for the 15 shekels as well. Very kind. Much generous. Much generous. Alright, so what we'll do is hold that until... Oh my god. Pete, you have to make it first. Yeah, make it first, then you let me know. Oh, sorry. Yeah, sorry, I think you said I made. Oh, you said you decided to make my mistake. Alright, I'll give you 10 minutes. How's that? Holy moly. Pete! How's that? Pete, thank you for coincidentally 19,000
subscriber to an idiot from New Zealand. Why? Who knows? But to celebrate, $19 super chat!
Thank you, Pete. That's very exciting. In serious no, thank you so much, Pete, for a coincidental $19 super chat. The second one for this stream. And a glorious yellow one too. Jesus. Pete. Stacking and racking. I need these cities online fast, which means I need these cities online fast. Which means I need to say thank you, Pete, for $19 super chat to celebrate 19,000 subscribers. Wow. I will change the pinned message. Thanks for 19k subscribers live on stream. Thank you for celebrating it with me, Pete. That's incredible. And I'll put the little thumbs up emoji. If you know, you know. That is freaking awesome. Thank you for a very generous super chat. Thank you for 19,000 subscribers as well. That is so exciting. And we're at 62 likes as well, if you were curious. If you're watching the VOD afterwards, keeping up after the fact, if you can't see the live count, there's a little update for you. Amazing. All right, let's carry on. And if we're going to carry on, we're going to need that extra influence. This battle is fairly easy because they've decided to retreat one of their units away. So my stronger warrior can now stand on the high ground and hold. At the very least, I just need to keep rampaging barbarians away from these territories. This territory will be the one that I take next. And it's garbage across the board. Maybe I just shoot for the one with the resources. And say, who cares that it's not close? Could be worthwhile doing. Also try and find some neighbors to border us at some point. Probably they end up taking this one and I take this one. That's a reasonable idea. At the very least, I'll bring a unit down that way to get that discovery. Religious rites is nice. I do sort of need this bonus to build my holy site because my industry is so poor that everything is very costly. Not growing very fast, so I might smash a whole load of people onto food here so that I can get more populations to fill more jobs. And we'll get the farmers upgrade, I think is fairly important as well. Seeing as farmers quarters are kind of my thing. Not trying to brag or anything, but they're kind of my deal. JumboPixel is a fantastic username. Hey, thanks, Huggable. I thought about it for a really long time when I created it about 10 years ago. A stupid amount of thought and planning went in. And also some help of some random word generators. I really like the nicknames that are sort of a basic structure of adjective, noun. So you take your describing word and then your noun. In my case, Jumbo was the average, the describing word. Letter J was a good pick for me. And then Pixel, because it's kind of got the gaming theme to it, I decided as my noun, as my thing. And so that's how I came up with the name JumboPixel. If you're curious, there's an origin story as we celebrate on the fly 19,000 subscribers. Jumbo on the big screen. Yeah, and it's got so many like pun overlap kind of double meanings to it, right? Pixel, it's gaming, it's screens, it's streams. It works. It really works. Yeah. I'm happy with it. It's probably not the world's best name, but I'm happy with it. It's on theme. These guys are trying to take this territory from me. It's fine. I'll just go over and stand on this river instead. It's fairly costly at 138 influence to take this, and I do want to save up for that second city. Dusk and Pete. Although, Pete is over here. We need to make Pete a little more pronounced, though, after that. At 19k. Arachna Pete at 19k. It sounds like some, like, woke name for a new, conference or something. But now we'll remember forever and always. It'll be cemented into this playthrough. So the challenge for me here is, do I want to spend 34 influence to upgrade this? Or do I want to wait for the city upgrade? I think there is value in grabbing this and this. It gets me my builder star, it provides me extra influence, it does push my saving up for a city back by a couple of extra turns. But getting a little bit of extra food here maybe means I can leverage some people. Yes, it does. I can leverage some people out of here and put them onto science, or money. Can't put them onto industry because I don't have the jobs, but we're getting there. Jumbo Charles. Yeah, there you go. Nouns, proper nouns. Why not? Why the heck not? Hanging Gardens of Babylon would be glorious on this sage of plus 15. Spit it out, boy. Plus 15% food on all cities. And potentially there's a free city down here when Hoggar turns into one. So what I might do is bring these units down, heal them up, we'll turn it in and take the city. I'm very quickly going to have to grab a coffee refill because we're keeping this gravy train going today. Don't go away. I will be but 2 minutes. I'll see you shortly. Alrighty, and one very shortly later, Jumbo Charles, and with the Kumoji. Let's get back to it, shall we? So, Dusk said that Israel culture would be in the contemporary era. Alright, what we're going to do here is stick with that game plan, try and tidy out this turn. Realistically, it's going to be a really long time until I can claim this territory. If I want to get my second city and I want to develop a whole load of other things. So I think we can send that unit back on the exploring bandwagon. See if we can find some... Hello! Hello? We can find some free cities. We save so much influence. That's so good. Please. Surely that city won't gain any population anytime soon. Look at it. It's built in the middle of a freaking desert. Come on, you runner. 2 turns to get there. You can do it. We can do that. We can attach it up here to this horse place, which I should also delay my saving to attach those horses. Sorry. Oh my god, so many animals. On the bright side, a little bit of a coffee thing going on around here as well. These two territories both look quite juicy. We'll heal up those units on their sort of weird auto heal thing. Could start connecting this sage or the harbors here as well. 160 gold from ransacking this. Take that, Nubians. They bought something off me through trade, and now I'm going to pillage it and take their $160. That's a lot of money. It's 10 turns worth of gold. What? That is stupid. Wow. That's amazing. 160 gold, 2-turn ransack. Because I'd opened up trade with them. They had nothing to buy off me. But I have resources to sell, like my horse, like the sage. So they bought it. It connected a trade route between our lands. And then I sent my unit here in these trading outposts, which, if you're not familiar, I'll have to add this to a future advanced tips video because I've never shared this before. But if you're not familiar, these get established where there are trade routes moving through territories that haven't been claimed by anybody. They're often the best spot to place a city as well, to like found a city on. But that's a lot of gold. Literally 10 turns worth of gold. Just because I open trade with them and then pillage their trade route. Brilliant. Wow. You learn something new every day. Rutra, that is so true. When are you gonna do it? Soon, TM. Oh, I'm sorry. I soon you far too often. This will be my last reroll. This will be my last reroll. This will be my last reroll. Okay, hey, speaking of soon though, this is gonna happen right now. There's a free city and a card. It's also got me cultural blessing, which is ludicrously powerful. Multiculturalism's really good. Sorry, Second City. But, I claim you. Then I'll buy a pottery workshop here. That'll help my Second City savings, though. It'll pay off. Mark my words. This is probably a good industrial spot, but it still benefits from food. So, let's build the canal network. A card could use some people, so we might commit this runner to its end of life now. And 2 turns versus 2 turns. Looks like you're an industrialist. Great! Yeah, I haven't noticed that to be that valuable before, Pete, either. I was also wondering in my mind if it's a recent change or if I just haven't taken advantage of it. It's something that, of course, important to remember, it's kind of hard to take advantage of. Mainly because it requires an empty territory. And those empty territories don't last very long. They tend to get hoovered up quickly. There is a striking amount of them, though, it's got to be said. This land is remarkably spacious. I think I prefer to make my worlds a little more cramped. Crammed full of coffee, am I right? Yes. All the food. Plus 1 food per farmer per coffee. Be able to get some reasonable enough boosts early on. Soon TM is coming along in 3 turns if I can make it that way. Let's heal these units up. Keep an eye on what's going on in Hogger. Might be able to get my 4th city. Use the agrarian ability on a card. That is a wonderful idea. And I'll also need to rename it. Dusk, I know I owe you. Mark as well, I think you subscribed on Twitch. Duskin, what's another, like, Vil? Vil is my go-to. I just go Vil. What should a city be called? Something something Vil. Duskin Square. even though it's a hexagon. It pays not to look too closely.
Five farmers'
Let's spend
points for one
$140
city.
to absolutely
Somebody's
kit it
going down in
out.
history with the title
It's
of
actually a Pangea
City.
huge map. Starting to think you could be right, just by the lack of inland water. And maybe spend 80 influence here. It's only going to get one population. I'll save and build the city. I'll save and build the city. Or potentially even a wander, if they're not claimed, rather than use that. If it was going to get more than one pop, I'd absolutely do it. But for one pop, no. No. I think I'll focus on the Maker's Quarter there as well. Leadership. I would like the +1 city cap. Don't really need it just yet though, so I'll hold off, save my money. I would like to claim this territory for the double copper as well. Is it worth delaying? Duskanopolis. Hey, cheer 1k. Go you, Klaatu. That's a cool badge. Opolis is another good one. Let's do it. Thank you kindly. I'd love to attach it to this territory, but it's just out of reach, so... can we get a unit over here, please? Kind of disbanded most of them at this point. It'll be a long time, but I guess I could send this runner way the huck over that way. Go on. On your bike. Good. And then we probably do take this around the river, although I see that I can do this pillage again up here. I can make even more money. This outpost is probably claimed somewhere up this way. I see an Olmec moving close. That makes me nervous, so I'm gonna panic. Sorry, second city. Although, to be fair, we already do have a second city now. But, aha! And here's my third. The panic paid off. Thank you, Nock. You're brilliant. We'll get rid of one of these runners into it as well. See ya. You carry on down there and grab that. And this is perfect. Because now... Am I running out of names? Just Mark. I do still have to use Mark. And I'd like to use Pete again. After Pete's whomper of a $19 super chat. And I'm also out of options. So I will be using Pete and Mark for this one. What did I get? Got Anopolis. City cap infrastructure. Before infrastructure income drops. Good shout. Good shout. This is Humankind difficulty. I should put that in the title, actually, because that's important. Let's go. Mark and Pete, Pete and Mark, Pete, Mark, Mark, Pete, my Pete, Mark, Pete. Yeah. Yep. And then my ending, I saw, Ilvania. I vote for naming it Potatoes Suck. Pennsylvania is a good one. I mean, this is a cluster of a name, but it exists. I would name it Potatoes Suck, but I wouldn't want people to think that I was talking about potatomcwhiskey if they tuned in and didn't get the context. So I won't. Because people probably would tune in and take the wrong context out of that. So just to be safe, I'll refrain. But that is funny. I want to claim this territory as well. These are sort of the juicy ones. This one particularly for its double coffee, though. Be able to get +2 food on all of our farmers, which is super good. Sleepy time for Octo. Press like for that hashtag 69 for Leonardo. Oh, did Leonardo get there, Octo, before you went to sleep? Did we get to 69 likes before Octopus had to tune out? How did we do? Let me have a look. Looks like we made it to 62. My friend. Aww. I'm still a happy Jumbo. 63 likes. We nearly made it there for you. Good night, Octopus. Thank you for being here, and thank you for, more importantly, being you. And I agree with Pete. Sleep well. It's time to move through. I'm not doing so hot for fame. How am I doing for my stars? Better. Let's hang around for a bit longer. I'll F5 in case we don't get the culture we want. Looks like it's going to be the Morians, and I like that, I think. I'll attach this up immediately because the canal network over here is a very good one. Let's get everybody on industry where at all possible. Try and get that completed as quickly as possible. Potentially also connecting up this way. So I might get the harbour down up here.
Harbor.
This will allow this place to get a whole load of food, so it'll get filled with a whole load of people. Remind me later. I'm willing to move through fairly fast.
An enormous
Should have
leap.
grabbed the +1 city cap civic earlier, but it's not a big deal. We'll grab it now. +1. It'll hurt my stability, but it will get me more influence in the process. So it's maybe a bit of a trade-off. Ends up kind of cancelling itself out. We'll see. I'd love to get a holy site online too, so I want that holy site civic next. Probs. Let's chop down a tree over there to try and speed. Mark Pete. What is that? Ilvania is too much. It's too many consonants. That made it worse. How did I make that worse? Why did that become a bad thing? So stupid. Okay, moving swiftly along. Trade expeditions would be nice to be prepared for, so we might move to wheel. Irrigation and masonry are probably the other two biggies. So too is organized warfare. If someone chooses to fight me, you don't want to be caught with your pants down without organizing your warfare first. Ooh, neat. Now it can't be done. Cannot be done without an available trade route, so there's no active trade route there. That's quite cool. There were some UI changes. I wonder if this is a UI change. This red square, the grayed out UI. I'm almost certain to say that that is. Because I've seen that change in a couple of other areas as well. So that's quite neat. There's no longer an active trade route because I pillaged it here. So I can't double dip. It's fine. Oh, you do want to go down and get that though. You've been wanting to for a while. I want to claim this territory too, so let's just have a look and see what it's got to offer. Get rid of the fog. Clear it out so I know exactly what and where and how I'm settling. St. Peter's Mark. Yes! There we go. Saint is a great start. So focused on the ending with vills and stuff. Not focused on the start. St. Pete's Mark should have an S, I reckon. That's a wonderful... There we go. And now I'm all caught up on donators. Thank you very much, Dusk and Pete, for your super kind super chats. And also to our new Twitch subscribers who we picked up today. I love you, and Jeff Bezos loves it when you use your subscription. Okay, anyway. Do I want to connect more sage for extra food on Main Plaza? Yes, actually I do. That'll help our desert city, Duskinopolis, because it will have a whole load of extra food on Main Plaza, just by default, thanks to all of that sage being connected. Splash some cash to get its maker's quarters online too. And it could probably fund, I was going to say a unit, but we don't have the pop for it. 9 food, 5 industry. Ugh. Probably animal barns. Get the extra food here from horses. Try and allow it to grow. It needs an extra territory. Oh my god, don't you dare! This is going to be a race against the clock. I'm just going to quickly panic place that down. Before Kurt the Nubians, who are way away from their start and almost certainly looking for extra luxuries to attach because they need it. Zoe rightly points out you might want to take the copper before yellow do, and you bet your backside. I think we might have realized that at the exact same time. Just push through a bit on the UI. It's a good game. I agree. Tom, who are you providing that advice to? DG. Yeah. And I would argue, and I could be wrong, but I would argue that the learning curve to learn Humankind's AI is actually lower than going through and learning all of the Civ 6 interfaces. I think Humankind presents information better, but there will always inevitably be a bit of a learning curve in figuring out how to read it and how to use it. I encountered it first as well. I was a Civ player long before I was a player of Amplitude's games. And as to answer your question, we have a community Discord, a community members Discord, which is where we set up our multiplayer games, including another shameless plug, this time tomorrow, live, right here, a community multiplayer game on this new update will be happening. But there is also the official Humankind one, that is, of course, public and open to everybody. So you could jump into Amplitude's official one. Loads of good discussion there. Other places you could look to could be the G2G forums, the Games Together forums, and maybe the Reddit as well. Dwayne is here too. Kia ora, Dwayne. And Devilish is here too, with a super duper chat. Go you. That is freaking fantastic. Would you like to enter a trade agreement with England? Says Devilish, the $4.99 special. Our people are buying your blue jeans and listening to your pop music. Oh, Devilish. I really do appreciate that. I'm sure the reference isn't lost. I'm sure the reference isn't lost on anybody. Thank you, Devilish, for a super duper chat. The voice effects will also never get old. Devilish, the man, the myth, the legend. The legend. Thank you. So catch me live. It's a members Discord. Sorry, I'm not sure if I mentioned that or not. It's not just publicly linked. Helps us keep it close and much easier to moderate. And also a nice way for me to reward the people who support the channel. If you're curious. Okay, now that this outpost is placed, we can reallocate it. It's going to take an extra turn, but we'll be able to do it once we can. So, that's good. Thanks for following on Twitch, though, friend. Appreciated. I keep making references until I get my Civ 5... until I get my 5 stream. Devilish calling for a GTA 5 stream. Jeez, that's a bit wild. But which is why I suggest the, maybe the Amplitude Discord might be a better one to look to. Or the Reddit. Public places. With the public. Okay. I can claim a wonder, and I'm actually a little bit freed up to claim one. The downside to the Hanging Gardens of Babylon is that they're taken. That's a shame. We'll take the Pyramids of Giza, though. Really puts you on a pretty good start. Could also start the religious playthrough. I'm tempted to go for this. I wonder if there's any new logic in how to set up a religion now. Probably not. The stability on river was quite a fun take during the pollution challenge. So we could go for that one. I suspect probably... Probably the industry. Although... Devilish almost certainly did mean Civ 5. Yeah, abstain to... I mean, this one, there's a reason why I'm hovering over it, and I do think it's probably the best one. However, bit of a lack of forests and woods. I could be better to look to the coastline and harbors. However, even that's pretty garbage. Maybe I do go for the stability on rivers. Kind of fun. Would help these cities. I don't have a lot of access to good harbors. Yeah, stuff it. Let's do it. Also make a note of this, which has changed significantly in the update, if you're curious. Now much more upfront. I can't forget to choose a religion now. Look at how upfront this is. Where's my devilishism when I need it? Maybe a bit of Zoroastrism? Zoroastrianism? Sure. And the Zoros, they love their water, +2 stability on river tiles. That's not the best one. Probably Seek Wisdom would be better, even though there's a distinct lack of strategic access on this map as well. I think we'll go for the Be Virtuous as Water, +2 stability on rivers. It's a good take. Better than I think. It's officially confirmed my religion now. As Zoro, you can see it's up front, it's named, it's all very clear. I'm the religious leader. It's nice. They didn't fundamentally change the system, although they did change the way that the AI interacts with it as well. So the AI should choose historical religions and not stay as a shaman the entire time too. Which is nice, I think. It adds to the flavor elements of the game. I'm just in first place. No one's chosen their next jump. I could potentially choose mine as early as next turn. I'm cautious not to forego too much early science, but you know how it goes. I've never tried GTA. Oh, 20,000 subscriber GTA stream. I don't know if my computer's powerful enough to run it and stream it. It can run it, but I don't know if it can stream it. It would be fun though, just for a change of pace. It's time to connect. My stability on rivers is providing me with stability on these tiles now. Take a look at that. Only when they're worked though. So maybe building a holy site here is actually a damn good idea. For reasons you're about to see. So let's spend 4 turns building a holy site. It's a bit of a waste. I'll allow it. Oh, devilish! A super announcement coming in. Or is it party time? You bitch your backside of this. Devilish. Thank you for a $1.99 super chat thrown into the ring. Found the cult Jumbo. The people demand. Demand? Demand. Wales. People really want Wales. It's kind of a strange GTA 5 reference, but I'll allow it. Let's do it. Can I rename it my religion on the fly? You bet I can. Cannot be done as this name is already used. I don't want to rename it that. It's done. Devilish. Our religion shall be yours. Some say having a city name is powerful. Others think spreading your religion is the way to go. We'll see. I'll also endeavor to hook you up with a city name. How did I open the shared project window? I just clicked that. Just click the little thing above the holy site. Just smash that open there. If I'm usually going for the wonders, I'll just reach to it in the normal or the cities and outposts wonders way. But if I'm doing the holy sites, I'm kind of lazy and I usually just grab there and just blah 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 it out like that. Oh look, this runner made it along. Good stuff. It'll look to probably move on to the river and connect Dusk with this horseland. Sooner rather than later, ideally. Next turn. Okay, good. Still kind of mucking around. Maybe a little bit long, but we'll see. Copper for the forge. Could be alright. Marble, +1 industry per worker on cities. I'm just gonna blow all of my influence. What are the game settings? Humankind difficulty today on a random map. I will actually plop that in the title. Trying new things on Humankind difficulty. There we go. Update that so that people new and old can see it as they tune in and drop their like on the video. Could he get plugs any more shameless? I don't think so. He could try, but he shouldn't. Thank you for the back-to-back super chats, Devilish. Only a whopping 6 minutes apart. Less minutes apart than you super chatted dollars. That's saying something. Hey, here's another trade route I can plunder. Let's do this. I'm quite a fan of this, actually. I also see there's a event for me to ponder up here. What is this? Religious tolerance. Not ideal, but I do want religious rights online, don't I? Wonder if I can go without now. It's only 3 turns. It would cut it down to 2. Is a saving of 1 turn worth a lot? I don't think it is. I might want to try and get another Harappan Canal down. Up there. Down here, I think there's maybe a higher priority at just getting this outpost established. A 12-12 is pretty decent. So I'll jump in and grab that. It's going to take a while to connect through. I don't know if we're going to get the Harappan canals down fast enough to move. We'll see. Actually doing pretty well here. 2 more districts for that builder star, and I might just move through and forget about the rest. I should probably forget about the rest. We'll see. You will claim that, but for the time being, you might as well clear, like, a forest or something, I guess. Okay. This is good. Everything is good. We've founded that. Let's have a look this way, see if we've got some more neighbors up above dusk. I'd be very surprised if we didn't. As soon as that's established, I'll connect it. Hopefully I can move through around turn 45, it's looking like. And it's looking like we'll be choosing the Morians, which is pretty neat. Haven't played them in a long time. Their culture has been buffed significantly in this update, maybe. Could be significant, we'll find out. Here's 224 bucks out of this trade route, either way. It's a great cash injection. Still over 4 turns worth of money. So, still nothing to be scoffed at. And let's keep looking. These rivers, also nothing to be scoffed at. Woof. Yeah. Yeah. Those are some impressive yields. Let me buy animal barns here, and then this harbor is kind of terrible, but it's 4 food. Don't underestimate 4 food. And then we'll get a canal network down there for 7 food. That's pretty decent. We'll probably put everybody on industry, and maybe also grab +5 industry from copper, or the rocky fields, the stoneworks. Another reasonable infrastructure upgrade. Might go for the triple whammy upgrade here. We're going to suffer a lot thanks to stability, but I just really want to get these canal networks built as fast as I can. I think they're very good. Could put more people on money as well, as I look to need more science to try and complete my goals. And we could even place down the pyramids of Giza over here and just kit this place out like there's no tomorrow. We'll place it down, and we'll get cities to work on it when they're free and able, which is probably not going to be anytime super soon. Sure, work on another canal network. Why not? Get these people on food and science, which are the things that I need for my stars, and in general, just kind of need. So it seems like a good idea. Normal speed as well, important to note. So I'm thinking maybe, like, look at this. We've got 15 population here. Not bad, considering this place really struggled for a very long time. It might want to grab the territory to the north. So let's just spend... God, it's a really long time. 3 turns. It's the industry that sucks. Some forested tiles around. Not a lot. I mean, there's a little bit. of woodland down that way. +1 industry on it is a pretty good upgrade. Sure, let's get working on that. Barely enough food here to grow as well, so I'll throw some extra dudes there. Grab the horses upgrade. There is one more sage to collect there. Not that St. Pete's Market needs any more territory though. We kind of want that one. So let's send you... Seeing as I'm not making a dude, let's send you up there to grab that instead of chopping down the very last tree. Actually, you can run over and grab it first. I've changed my mind. Back you come. St. Pete's Mark could expand to either of these as well, or I could just keep attaching things like coffee. For more food, for more growth. Now getting +2 food per farmers, which also adds a little bit of extra value to those farmers. Stuff it. Let's grab the marble too while we're here. Why not? +2 industry per worker. Could grab a +4 food harbour. Again, 4 food's not a lot, but it's adding food to areas that are more industry inclined. So I'll do it. And you are just going to go for a great big old run. We're officially at 69 likes. We did it.
Over this way.
Go you. Brilliant. The triple digit target might have been too much, but my god, we'll make it to 69. You can count on it. Literally every day. Without fail. I'll pillage that. Looks like I can make even more money out of this now. Reward 426 gold. These Nubian trade routes are literally funding my empire. I'll grab that pottery workshop. That's well overdue. St. Pete's Mark. What would you really benefit from? You're going to work a lot of river eventually. So, and also hopefully have quite a few farmers. It is your industry that could really use improving though. It's your weak spot. Kind of both, really. I'll do that. I think that's fine. Oh, actually, we can quickly grab another one of these canal networks. Yeah. Amazing. Honestly amazing. There are no technologies left to research, so science is a waste of time. I should probably have anybody who's making science making money. Or food, even. As stupid as it might seem. Oh, Terentius, you made it! Happy update day! And also happy we made it to 19,000 subscribers day. It's a happy day. Welcome in. Good to see you. We are not over yet. Hey, Huck, we're just getting started. Forge and Animal Barns. The go-to. It's a shame I only have access to 1 copper at the minute. Makes Forge a little bit less attractive when you've only got 1 copper and very few Maker's Quarters. Still good, but less attractive for me right now anyway. Right, you're going to take 1 more turn to pillage that, so that's fine. We'll leave you to it. You're going to keep exploring. Try and find someone in this massive, massive world. And you will grab this territory just for the land. Still biding my time here, checking my stars. I should probably move through. I can get a silver out of an extra 140 bucks, which is only a few extra turns, but let's seize the momentum and move through into, where are ya? The Moyans. As voted by you, you wanted a little more. My oldest boy's B-Day. Oh, nice. Happy birthday. Merchant affinity buff is quite good. Sorry, I'm later. Game speed is normal. We'll try a merchant in the next era, I think. I'll put it as one of our shortlists anyway. Let's move through as the Morians, who as an aesthete, did receive a buff alongside the merchants in this update. I'd like to test both of their abilities. The aesthete ability is one I'll be able to benefit a little less from, but at the very least, these guys have been lifted up. They have a unique research quarter, which could be useful, +1 influence on emblematic districts, -10% attach outpost cost. Let's do it. Let's try the Moryans. And next era, I want to try and be some of this buffed merchant ability, especially now that I'm hearing even more. Just completed the Venetian tech challenge for the event. Oh yeah. I'll need to focus a little more closer on those event challenges too. I think they've, it looks like they've struck a really good balance with them this time, which is nice to see. Keep exploring. In fact, I might just put you on auto explore so that we don't have to come back. And welcome to turn 50-ish as the Moryans. Not terrible.
I'd say the Marians had a couple
The
of good ones
Marians,
there.
I should say. Get my pronunciation right. Absolute chump. A 29 is good, but I think I'd actually prefer the likes of a 918. How dare you? You know what? We'll just place it here and relocate it, just to stop them from taking it. And let's have a look. So, aesthete ability itself doesn't benefit too much. However, I understand there's increased yields. Just like there's more money for using the merchant ability, I believe we get more influence out of our aesthetes now. Either way, I do like this ability. The conversion rate on it, even with no neighboring empires, which is really when it benefits, is still not terrible. 60 money, 120 influence. It's okay. We'll come back to it once I have some neighbors. I might make that a priority. Might try and expand out that way. And a very warm morena to you, shorty. Long time no see. I saw you liked my Twitter. I turned 5 today. Oh, it's party time. Happy 5th birthday, dear boy. 5 today, Terentius. It's party time. That is awesome. That is really awesome. Loads of people tuning in around the same time as you too, Terentius. Must be a popular time for people to tune in. At 10:30 in the morning, New Zealand time. Morena shorty. A bit odd, but I'll allow it. Welcome, if you're just tuning in. We are playing normal speed, humankind, max difficulty on the new patch, which is alongside of a whole load of neat quality of life improvements that I'll cover in a video, hopefully later. There's also some huge culture rebalancing, trying to rebalance the meta of the game, pushing scientists and builders down, locking their ability into one city at a time, and lifting potentially the merchants and the aesthetes up. Something I'd like to explore a little more, and that's why we're choosing the Moryans now. Well, one of the reasons. That is a really juicy territory up there, 27 food. I'll move towards that. It's also a neighboring territory, which I have a devious plan to connect. Let's buy this canal network to get it out the way. Could send 5 people out of here for the animal barns. Stuff it, dude. Let's do it. I'm working all the important jobs anyway. We'll pump them out. Do I have the forge? Yeah, we're working our way there. Slowly. I think I'll queue up my stupas. 10 influence. Okay. Adjacency bonuses with adjacent districts. And it counts as a research quarter, so it would benefit from being near strategics. Not something I can really do much of, so I guess we'll just queue a few up. Yeah, we'll queue 2 of them up and come back to it. Finish off that lumberyard with a little bit of cash money, and queue up a couple of stupas here too. Sure. I'd like to get the Pyramid of Giza online before. Hey, here's another opponent. Yikes. It's Pete. Pete the workaholic, plus 30% fame gain. Jeez! Settle down! Okay. We should get some trade going, really, Pete. Pete refused it. Well, that's how we're gonna play it, is it? I see. Neat. +1 farmer's slot per farmer's quarter. Pretty useful to
National
help me
control
grow.
of vital products
We're gonna
and
grab that.
resources, paradoxically, could provide more.
That's going to be very helpful. Let's reallocate a couple of extra dudes onto that. Also help St. Pete's grow a lot faster, probably. So we'll probably take people off farms here, get them working on other things. It's really those industrial quarters, industrial districts, industry as a whole that's hurting me at the minute. So I need to focus on that. Just going to take a real quick break, grab a glass of water so we can keep this gravy train rolling. See you in a moment. Yes. I love of dinosaurs. Brilliant. Alright, back to the game screen. God, he's fast. God, he remembered. It's incredible. I've got trade expeditions, so let's bounce across and grab that wonder. In terms of my technologies, I need... Actually not mad at grabbing philosophy fairly quickly. And then... It'd be nice to see iron for the strategic resource. Maybe I get my elephants as well. There's potential war amassing. For that reason, I might get fortifications too. Now that's kind of a rough plotting out of tech for this era. Ooh. Wow. Okay. Yikes. Well, can't win them all. Let's plan a poll for the next era. I'm interested to choose a merchant, I should say. I'm just trying to bring up the culture list because I won't have it in game yet because I haven't reached the stars. Reached for the stars. In the medieval era, we have Khmer, who were always brilliant. The Umayyads, the other nerfed one. Teutons, potentially really good. They could be a fun off-play. I think we'll grab them. Oh, did Swahili get even better? Are Swahili god now? Oh my god. Maybe? I think Swahili will be the option. Other options could be the Teutons, and the Franks have been buffed as well. They're a good follow-on from the Mauryaans. Byzantines are the other merchant option, but they're a bit garbage. And even the Ghanaians, we probably can't benefit a lot from because of our lack of access to resources. They receive +1 money per number of trade routes. Yeah, no, I think even though we don't have huge access to the coastline, Swahili is probably the option. We'll poll for Swahili as the merchant, Franks as the aesthete, and then Teutons as the off-call. I think that would be a good idea. So let me smash that in. As a poll. Interesting that the Carthaginians took the vote after I chose the bloody Mauryaans. The Vorians won like the whole time, although not on Twitch. So maybe Twitch had the foresight that YouTube did not. Amazing. Either way, let's go Teutons as the off pick. They're the expansionists. We've got the Swahili as the merchant, who I would really like to try for their merchant ability. We could maybe grab a merchant later in the piece, but I think that'd be a pretty good pick. And then, I will talk to you in just a minute. I'll just bang this poll through. And then lastly, we have, I guess, the Franks as the aesthete option. Aesthete. Teutons not receiving a lot of love in this patch. They weren't buffed, but I'll put them in because they're a good alternative pick. Boom. And Terentius, you can absolutely have your son immortalized forever. Whoops, that's the f***ing wrong one. I didn't mean to f***ing use that sound effect. I meant to say, can we have $5 Canadian super chat, please? Yes, we can. Thank you, Terentius. Can we get Pelosi City, please? Somebody? Anybody? You bitch your backside, we can. Where's it gonna be? I'm due for a fourth city because I want to be +1 over. Could be down this way. 1,060. Alright, couple of turns off. I think I will get it. Question is...
So these are the Babylonians.
We're way off getting improved new cities, so I guess I'll settle for second best. Which is just building a city now and living it and loving it and holding it. So let me save up my some 200 influence per turn. I'm trying to brag or anything, but kind of have 200 influence a turn. It's gonna take a turn's worth to grab this for its coffee. I want to grab it at some point, but I guess I can explore around a little bit for now. And we're in a fight. It's a fairly even one, so I'll take it to the streets. Yeah! Here's my turn on the non-rivered tile. Am I taking more than I'm giving? A good approach to life normally. Yes, I am. Just. Nice. Go fight me, or you will perish. We've met a whole load of other players in the game as well. Dusk is here with 3 gemstones. I'd like those.
A proposal for you.
Trade with you, Joe. Brilliant. Let Lucky. Careful, wary, and vindictive. We've got dies. We should probably trade. Yep. Good. We've also met King before. We've just entered Crisis Point for some increasing tensions. And then we have the Babylonians. Benevolent militarists who are open, and they've got 4 porcelains, so we should probably open up trade with you as well. Nice. Okay, so trade is open. Can't really afford a lot of it at the minute, but now that I'm making money, I can. So let's just jump into the trade screen like this. Let's see, we've got porcelain for money on main plaza. I guess I'll spend money to make money.
The world comes a bit closer together.
Why not?
Thanks to the first trade link that will bring shiny
We've grabbed this
baubles
territory
and
next to
greedy
them as a
vendors.
fairly aggressive settle. I think I'll move inland. Just keep grabbing all of the river territories. They're very good for me. Haven't heard that audio effect before. Yeah, I've been playing around with some new audio effects, thanks to some new gear that I've invested in. It was expensive to invest, but man, I don't regret it. It was a great decision. Can highly recommend.
Debate and discussion.
Well, I mean, time will tell. No, get out of there, you fool. They've got naturally a huge number of units on this border here. They'll be so with me that I've taken that spot, probably. But I just wanted a territory that ported them. +1 science per number of trade routes. Let's grab that as well, as I'm not saving up for your city. I'll do it now, I promise. Soon, TM. Oh, but now I want to take this. Look, I'll just take this and then I'll save. The reason why I took this is because it has horses and a wander. So I'll get a little bit of extra money and influence and stuff from just having this territory in place. I will also spend money to connect the horses. Vital connections will be made. Like maybe this one as well? Potentially, we'll see. Plot out the rest of that and maybe go for a cheeky explore. Yes. Let's get my Dusk unique districts down, plus 12 influence off these. Is, to be fair, pretty decent. I wonder if that one is better put, like, there. Because it counts as a research quarter. We could potentially get some research off that horse. I'll try it. I'd like to expel some populations out of here as well. Maybe plus 5. Yeah, sure. Phew, see ya. Just because I don't need all these people on food. And the extra people on science is nice, but once I've filled these jobs, there's no need to fill them too much more, really. So, that's my rationale there. Kia ora, Franklin and Q Guy! What's the purpose of abandoning cities? Absorbing cities? And why would you want to? Well, the city cap is probably the one that's fundamentally bearing down on you. More important in the late game, though, to be fair. But that one will have an impact. Otherwise, you'll be able to produce stuff quicker. Like infrastructures, building all of your infrastructures on all of your cities can be quite time-consuming. Having less cities will enable you to build the infrastructures faster and more readily. There are a few other considerations, but for the most part, if you can get more cities, you probably should. If I have the Africa pack and I host a lobby, do my friends need it? No, Jake, they don't. Wicked to hear you recently came across the channel. And no, they don't. In our last community multiplayer session, again, another shameless shout out. We'll be doing a community multiplayer session here this time tomorrow. In our last one, not everybody had the DLC. Our host, our gracious host Huck, did. And we were therefore able to play it all. So, good news there. All you need to do is have the DLC yourself and you can share it with your mates. Let's get the pyramids built now as a priority. Stability is starting to become an issue. It will also help me build my stupas much faster. Some might say stupidly fast. Well, 25% faster. So I'll do that. Save up for the city. I'm one turn away. Let's not ruin it now. And, you know, actually, maybe up north here is a better spot. Detach this from St. Pete's Mark so that it can grab this stuff down this way. And then it can merge onto a new city over here next to this wonder. Looks good. 16 food on a harbor as well. Loads of food from harbors actually around here. I should get those set up first. 18 food out of that bad boy. Maybe I make the city on an island. Yeah, stuff it. Boom. Boom! And Terentius, thank you for your super chat. I'm sorry I was so slow to get to it. Let me replay it so that everybody can see your generosity from 8 minutes ago. There it is. What a wonderful alert too. It's gotta be said. And we are Colossi City. Woo! Wicked. And get straight to work on building those pyramids. Thank you. No. Look, we'll buy you your pottery workshop so that you're producing influence. And then horses from the animal barns. Industry from the copper. Sure. I'll actually just invest straight into that as well. This territory's ready to attach. So we'll hoover that up. Could start to build the stupas immediately. Or we do need industry, and actually a +8 is probably about as good as I can get around these parts. 5 turns. Sure. You can get yourself built and online, hopefully relatively quickly. There's another trade post for me to pillage. Thanks, Chief. Probably make a little bit of money off that, or it'll take 2 turns, though. But I'll do it. We'll create a grievance, but who cares? Let's hope that they don't fight me in the process. That place could be becoming a free city sometime as well. So I'll bring my warrior back this way. Try and focus on that as the task at hand. It's good enough. That's a bit of an awkward squeeze. I might relocate this. I'm going to say somewhere more defendable, but even that's kind of tricky. 10 industry if I tuck it up there. Plus 4 industry to just pop it over there. That's pretty decent. 21, I'll do that. That's fine, I think, actually. And if I can just get this connected after I pillage it, we'll be able to daisy chain our way out. Celebrating stability for $500 is terrible. I'd much rather trade or go for the extra faith for 1 pop. That's actually not a bad deal. Sure. Grab the extra faith. Here's an extra city. Yoink. Feels like cheating. It probably is. That's awesome. I'll need a territory to attach to that fairly quickly. And it looks like probably maybe this one down here for the porcelain is going to be the one to do it. Brilliant. I should check in on my aesthete ability once more. It actually has some use case now. I can spend 80 gold on this territory, which is mine, to try and spread a little bit of my pressure over that way. Hey, no pressure, but spread. 1 turn for $800. We'll claim that and then we'll place this territory. Nice. Neapolis. Get another pottery workshop for some more influence. Try and balance out that city cap. Although, as I always say, being at +1, not bad at all. And then let's get our 2 vital infrastructures here. And I'll splash a bit of cash on them if I have to. Oh my god, we should also be trading. However, I'm making so much money per turn that buying those infrastructures outright is probably a damn good idea. +14 food, that's a pretty good idea. Get a couple of base infrastructures, dirt cheap. Back them up with a stupor. Just buy that outright as well. Woohoo! 18 food on either of those. Get this place absolutely humming. I love it. A little too much. Stupor down there, where likely Maker's Quarters will be pretty fruitful. So I'll start to queue up some of those. You are going to claim this territory for me so that I can snake my way out to that one, I'd say. It's kind of bad, but it does have marble, so Mikasa, Yukasa, 6-1, half dozen the other kind of vibes. 2,000 bucks. God, it's so good. And then we'll move this unit this way. Actually, we'll just pay for an upgrade. Why not? It's doing some important scouting and recon. Joe would like a non-aggression pack. That makes me more interested in trading, but at 657 bucks per resource, we're going to be waiting a hot minute. Pyramids are 1 turn away in Duskinopolis, which is great to see. This territory may actually want to grab this river land first. I've changed my mind. Grab that first, because then we can attach out here. Which makes all of this pretty interesting, actually. How do I want to play this? Maybe I get these stupors down now. The +10 influence. I've scoffed at it a bit, but I actually think it's very good. Support that with a granary. Just a granary will probably do for the time being. Don't want to get too ahead of myself. Non-aggression pact with as many people who will take it, particularly my trade partners. And I think I've kind of sort of quote-unquote completed this. I want imperial power so I can get feudalism, and I want craftsmanship. And that's kind of all that I need. Hopefully the extra science that we're getting out of the Morians, even though they're not scientists themselves, is enough to kind of fumble my way through this era. It is actually time to move through, so it's a good thing we've got some new polls running. running.
The Pyramids of Giza,
Oh.
the original construction yardstick by which all other projects will be measured.
Potentially go for the wonder in every era in every city challenge. So let's grab the Mausoleum of Halicarnassus and place it down in Duskinopolis, which already has a wonder. So place down another one here. I should build some more districts to make it a bit better, but if I place down one more, somewhere kind of fruitful, looking for a good food tile. There aren't a huge number. Yeah, I'll place it down over there. Sure. Get the stupas first, though, I think. I'll kind of treat it like the pyramids. Put it on the back burner. Come back to it when the time is right. Although the time could be right very soon, actually, because stability is kind of garbage. So why don't you just focus on that for now? Money is a little bit of an issue in most of my cities, so I might put a little bit more attention, just a fraction more attention on producing money. Not above all else, but a little bit more, mainly for the fame, actually, more than anything. Money, a lack of money, is the thing that's kind of preventing me from moving through, I feel. So, let me do that. Although, let's also check in on that. I'm in first place. Stars-wise, we've got some work to do. Let's hang around for a bit longer. The poll is active, it is live. Early votes have suggested Swahili. And even though we're on a Pangaea map, I reckon it's the right play. I can also upgrade my religion, and maybe I upgrade it with that in mind. Let's see, we're at tier 2. We could change to... neat. It's graying some out. That's cool. I wondered how it would handle it as the AI moves through. So take a look. Now that we've moved through, the AI have picked their religions, you can see the only other one available is Islam. So I have to stick with my one, which I've selected, which is Zoro, or choose Islam. And finally, the AI religions actually look sort of coherent and align with history and values and all of these things. I like the way that they've changed this. It's good. Again, it's quality of life, but it's a nice quality of life improvement. I will never forget to take a proper religion ever again. Thank you, Amplitude. Thank you for doing this. For blocking out these ones that have already been taken over here on the right and building that historical flair. For me here, if we're going Swahili, I could go observe feasts. Protect the weak, maybe. Also have money on market quarters, could fix my money woes. Cheaper, those is nice, but actually I might go bear not false witnesses. Could be +5 science on my Mauryan uniques. That's pretty decent. We could swap to Islam, it's not too late, but we'll stick with our devilishism Zoro roots and claim that bad boy. Nice! No? Just me? It took a couple of clicks, but we got there. Weird. I don't think this is pillageable, but it's worth checking. Okay, it is, and it's $200, so I'll take it. Sorry, Aksumites. They've got a very juicy looking gold territory forming over this way. Oh crap, and there's a free city. Can we get someone fast to run over there? We can get someone, but we can't get them fast. How much will they cost? $1,000. Okay, I'll build this elephant because it'll be nice to have at the very least. I'll grab this territory because it's a juicy ass one for the food, and it will create this bridge through Scythian Neapolis as well, which is really important. Need more dudes making food and industry and probably money, so I'll keep that as a focus. Maybe grab some trade routes with this cash as well. The whole spend money to make money. Porcelain providing +3 money per city. Another huge benefit to having lots of cities. Every time I buy one of those, the benefits really stack and really layer in. I think I'll head down and look at those resources now. Relocating this could be useful for the extra food, but I'll pass. I'll be wheezing all day if I relocate that. It wasn't a pun, but that's funny because it's called wheezing. Okay, you can get that pillage off. I still can't afford you because I'm buying trade routes instead. Joe would like to trade everything, and we should just buy their copper straight away because that's extra industry for everywhere. I'm willing to forego my savings to grab those resources. They're so beneficial. Maybe even more so in this newly updated version of Humankind. I don't know. Maybe. Let's buy this elephant. Ching! It'll be the first proper military unit
is a symbol
of our kind, really. Ranged, ignores penalties from fighting melee. That's really good. 31 strength. We'll send it over there and see if we can take the city. We're going to have to take it by force. But that even isn't actually a bad thing. Because I need some military stars. Would be a good way for me to get them. Speaking of stars, I'm toying with an early move, but I might hang around to at least get some silvers. There's a gold expansionist there if I can grab one more territory, which I would be able to do if this wasn't the slowest building industrial territory of all time. I'd have to work on a backup plan. Oh god, and spoiler alert, they're dreadful down this way as well. 13 industry there. I'll be grabbing it anyway for the porcelain probably, so yeah, there we go. That's a good backup. We'll take it. Grab the forge here. Grossly overdue for one. Stability is high. Food output is actually strangely the biggest holdup for me at the moment. So we'll grab the forge, some extra food, and I'll actually throw 6 people out for that forge. We're kind of at our natural growth limit. Yeah, I'm happy with that. If I build another holy site here, I could expand out and grab Fang as well, which, while it's not great because it has no resources, could be a nice pickup. I might want to expand Dusk's reach as well, though. Yeah, let's get Arachnopete then, building the Mausoleum of Halicarnassus for Dusk. I think that's a good use of our time. Babylonians want to trade everything with me as well. We'll repeat the same thing here. It makes the forge even better. To at the very least, grab the copper out of these chumps. Oui, thank you very much. Another copper here to connect as well. So that was an added benefit for jumping down this way. There's some aggressive barbarians moving toward me. Don't want a bar of it. Should have upgraded, but that's fine. We'll keep moving through. Attach this up as soon as we can. God, I am just desperate to attach something to this poor place. Please. Anybody.
Your empire becomes one of the giants, astride the globe.
We'll put extra people on industry and food where I need it, which is basically everywhere. Spoiler alert. Retreat you out of there. You've ran the wrong way, but that's okay. Might be able to panic place down an outpost somewhere that I can't even see. Or it would be a good move towards down here. Sure, I'll do it. We'll relocate it if we need to. The classic. The classic will relocate it if we need to move. Never gets old. Here we can try out our unique Morian gunner. The elephant gunners, I have a real soft spot in my heart for them. They're wicked units. And we've got favorable combat strength, although not, because their reinforcements are terrifying. So let's just really cautiously and carefully take this on. I don't want to stand on the rivers, especially not with my horse. I'm taking shots from all sides. I'm not really going to be able to give it back very easily or readily. I'm gonna have to step onto a river with this horse, probably. Oh, it's such a yikes, though. No, just run away. Maybe we just run away. Give up the flag? Sure, let's try run away for a turn. I think I want to actually purposefully lose this fight because their reinforcements really took me by surprise. So I think we'll fall back. Try and just protect what we have. Literally just doing a ranged move and trying to just defend. It's the ranged firepower that's overwhelming me, despite having clearly superior ranged units. I'll take out that archer because I know that that'll be a unit defending this place. And we'll back off. We'll back off. Heal up. So we only lost the scout, which isn't the end of the world. Got another unit being produced there. Wonder if we can get... Really hard to even get extra reinforcements in here, to be completely honest. I'll just rest on that one for a bit, I think. Extra industrial district for the extra industrial jobs. Yes! And maybe a couple of infrastructures, as this place will be able to expand next turn. Thank God.
With 5 research
1,
quarters, this city
2,
is not dangerous
harbour,
in the least.
and you're on. Om nom 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 nom. Nice. That is pretty decent. Could look to use my aesthete ability one more time. Probably even stronger now. Down here, potentially. Ooh, lost my warrior. That is ugly. Have a look. 140 bucks for... What? Wow. You want a buffed aesthete culture? This is an exceptional one because of its shared borders with neighboring territories of different cultures. Likely stronger influences. Yeah, neutral. Let's have a look. Aesthete ability. 140 bucks on this territory of mine for 1,080 influence. That is really good. That's like a you use it on cooldown every time kind of good, actually. To be fair. And I wish they had dinosaurs in the game. Totally! Someone mod it. Someone mod it. I need a prehistoric era before the Neolithic era. That's it, isn't it? Can we get the prehistoric era, please? Replace the mammoths with dinosaurs. It's gotta be. Wow. Yeah, that's a huge buff. That's insane. That's insane. I'll delve into the mechanics a little deeper in my actual video coverage to find out exactly what's going on and how it's going on, but it's got to be said, that is just tremendous. It's really good. Like I say, you use that on cooldown every time. It's that good. Nothing extra to attach here, so these territories are really desperately looking to become a city. I wonder if I move through eras, grab feudalism, and then build a really good city out of them. It's probably the play. It looks like we're moving through Swahili as a merchant, which is, as we've talked about a little bit already, but if you're just tuning in, I'll reiterate. The next buffed culture. Builders and scientists down, aesthetes and merchants up. Just how up and down, though, is sort of what we're discovering. And it looks like massively is the answer to that question. Grab hydrology for all of that infrastructure that will benefit my new cities when I build them. Likewise, rhetoric, so we'll grab that as well. And then potentially, I guess, foreign outposts for the cheaper trade. Burn through the next turn. My yields are looking good. I'm pretty happy with my early cities. That one's going to be kind of a tough nut to crack. But hopefully, if I just produce a few units, focus on perhaps buying out some of these stupas, because I'm going to move through a little faster than I might have envisioned. So we'll buy that out. Keep industrializing where industry is the right thing to do. I do still need some more jobs in it as well, which maybe makes hamlets a little better too. We'll see. Scientific facts. +1 faith and stability on my research quarters is actually kind of better for me, in a way. I'm going to grab that.
This solution is not as
I'll also grab personal rights so that future holy sites will be 30% cheaper, because I feel like I've kind of got one waiting in the wings. In fact, I might get everybody to finish this. Let's go 1, 2, 3. It doesn't make a difference, so we'll just go St. Pete's mark on it. We did hit the magical like target, and you've got one pretty happy jumbo sitting in front of you today. It's got to be said. How could I not be on update day, I guess? Iron to help with the forge and extra trade routes? Maybe. But I think I'll go more porcelain. The old spend money to make money. Let's grab all 4 of those, actually. Thanks very much to the Greeks for their porcelain. Ending that turn should complete the Mausoleum of Halicarnassus in Duskanopolis, which is now going to look to try and get its districts online. Quick smart!
So now we have
I think I should still be okay pacing-wise. We seem to be keeping up with the AI when it comes to choosing our culture. I've got a whole load of gold stars. I might get silver on my aesthete and then move through and choose Swahili, actually. So, time to make sure that all the stupas are done. Or future territories are connected. That one was still waiting on, so it's a little slow. These ones are probably going to become a city of their own. St. Pete's Mark has moved up this way. It could also move out maybe and grab that last sage. So let's focus on that slightly. My science is pretty good, but I would like to trigger another event. So we'll double down on that one, naturally. Where all cultures are just different dog breeds. Oh my god. I don't really know what to do with the city. I think it wants to be Maker's Quarters even. Looking at how many of those it's got. So I'll just leave it. I would really love to play an industrialist at some point, but it's sort of out of reach. Almost worth getting rid of population for the Stoopers, but maybe not quite. I think this city will benefit from grabbing another one though. So let's shift this onto a high ground, much more defendable spot, and then attach it. No resources here again. Classic. But it does have a pretty good stupa to grab. So we'll queue that up there. It's a scientist quarter at the very least. And it would actually benefit from getting 1, 2, 3 scientist quarters around it. So we might focus on a little bit of a sciencey thing here as well. Gonna need a holy site probably to help manage the stability. I'll place it over here because there's lots of food. And I might just preempt it a little bit, seeing as we've finished the wander. We'll spend 1 turn to get that done and out of the way.
So, what do you say?
I see possibilities.
Yeah, hit it with a refresh. We could actually be nearly at 80. I'm gonna start working on my Israel mod now. It's official. Work has begun. Brilliant. And it's Huck playing as the Huns. Huck loves to play as the Huns. Be that militarism coming through, maybe. Trailblazing to the end. Plus 20% industry on all cities. I don't know. But this is some good trade to start getting online. Tea will provide plus 2% food. Tea is the final food resource that I'd like to connect to round out my ultimate food play. So I'll start trading for that. It's also likely to be cheaper because it's a foodie one. Should probably not build a lot more of those though, actually, thinking out loud. Kind of use another holy site here, which is a bit of a mess, but fine. Place it up here, start working those foodie tiles. We'll do the same thing again, I think. Just get it done in a turn, that way I don't have to think about it. I can just hit the end turn button once, and wham bam, thank you ma'am. It's a 22 stability, 2 food, 20 faith district. Nice. Buy that stupa, and that has this place in a really good place. It will need its infrastructural improvements though. So let's get everybody focused on industry. We've got enough people on food that doesn't really matter. And it should be time for me to move through. What do I need? 3,000 for gold. Nah. We're moving through. You voted. It was a close vote, but on YouTube at least with 43%. So a comfortable enough victory. Add the couple of extra votes from the Twitch side of things, where we have a good number of people tuning in over there as well too. Actually, we're at around 60 people watching at this very minute. We're going to play as Swahili for 2 reasons. Firstly, they're incredible. Even with less access to the coast, I think they're incredible. But, crucially, they're a merchant. Potentially, this S tier culture now went S++++++. Allows me to pay for access to a resource with my affinity bonus, and allows me to use the power investor play. So what does it do? Specifically, if no extractor exists, I can create one. Otherwise, I'll share a sum of money with the owner. You'll both earn more money the more empires are buying that resource. If the number isn't independent people, their cut will count as a bribe, improving relations. Cool. So the good sort of money diplomacy vibe. We'll test it out and see how ludicrous it is. But nice, I think, just to sort of front that so we know what we're dealing with. Unexpected consequences or extra money for science. Sure. We're the descendant of kings. Share maps with the Greeks. That'll open up a little bit more of the world for us to see.
Look
Let's
at
have
what
a
a
look.
competing empire has accomplished.
Neat.
A gasp
Loads
of
of
wonder,
open
a cry
space.
of astonishment, and perhaps a pang of jealousy.
A little too much.
I'm listening.
He didn't want to trade last time, so I won't open that offer again. Tentative to not trade too much with one person as well, in case I end up going to war with them. Reverse Roman Empire thing. Oh my god, he does. Oh man, I don't have the visualization to see that. But when you point it out, I can see it. It's a little messy, but I can see it. The inverse. The water swaps with the land. There's a weird Italy blob sticking out. Surely. Damn, this place is a freaking tank. Alright. I think I'm good. I think I've got all the stupas. At least work has started on them. Nowhere else that I really want to attach right now. No. Okay, let's do it. Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. Welcome to era 3/4. Did I not select it? Oh my god, he didn't. Confirm. Yes. There we go.
Wisdom and technical innovation from earlier era.
Great.
A new future awaits.
New wonder to be claimed. I
Let
do
us
want to
see
claim
if
one of
this culture
those.
will bring your
There is that
dreams or your
challenge to get
nightmares to
one wonder from
fruition.
every era in a city. So let's make sure that I can grab one. Loads of wonders in this era these days. I guess the Angkor Wat is still the best pick. Potentially Great Zimbabwe for the cash. Great Mosque, maybe. Notre Dame for the faith. I'm gonna grab Angkor Wat. +1 food per faith. You could use the food. Ooh. Would be an okay-ish spot. Kind of there. It's already kind of full, but I'll allow it. How many turns is it going to take to get this online? Probably too many to wait. Yeah. So we'll hold off. Come back to it a little later in the era. But Wonderful Duskinopolis is what I'll need to rename this to, otherwise I'll forget. Ooh, all in capitals as well, just in case you were confused. And we'll place down a really good harbour. Nice. You currently have no coast. So that makes grabbing this territory pretty important. Let me grab a unit that I'd be proud to invest in. And grab that coastline. Kalosi shouldn't struggle though. We should have good Swahili harbours here. +30 influence. And +20 stability rather. And then +20 stability. And 13 influence and 5 money and 3 food. So it's pretty good. Across the board. Nice. It'll make that harbour infrastructure just that little bit better as well. Fixed an issue where the Bandari Swahili emblematic district did not replace the harbour. Oh no. Oh, you're right. And we can test that on an outpost that has access to water, which hilariously is like basically none. Yeah. The Swahili bug fix. So, thank you for pointing that out, Pete, by the way. What you used to be able to do with the Swahili was build this harbour and also build the standard harbour. It wouldn't replace it like it does with every other culture that has a unique harbour. Now, they've fixed it. A slight nerf. But to be fair, it was probably an unintentional buff in the first place. So there you go. I need to get access to some more of these watery tiles. Maybe I do grab this one up here. Yeah, let's fang out these units. We'll put that war on hold as I look to grab that one up there. And maybe this one down here. It's got ebony and it has access to some coastal water in there. I'll allow it. And we'll grab feudalism so that the next city I build is wonderful. We should also now test this merchant ability, shall we not? Is there anywhere in my territory that has a resource that hasn't been built? No. Could use it on these guys to bribe them over, potentially. Let's just try and use it somewhere. Any trade partners? We do have a good relationship with you. Horse there that's not connected. Most people have done a strikingly good job at connecting their resources. Can't even find anywhere to use my damn ability. Alright, we'll connect something up and attach it then. Have it your way. Lucky we're grabbing some outposts. Let's get a non-aggression pact with my neighbor, who we are trading everything with, but I probably just don't have the money to do it. Or are we in crises? Nope. It's just, I'm just poor. Just really poor. 3,100 gold. Yikes. A stupid yikes. Saving up for a city. Maybe don't buy that. I buy that.
Why should individual
Extra
wealth,
food on
political
attached territories. We
connections
do have a lot
determine
of
the
attached
status of
territories.
something as timeless as the land?
Let's get the Swahili harbors. These are not great uses for the Swahili harbor and are still very good. I think I'll shift those to the front of the queue and just pop that charcoal kiln back and buy it instead of a trade route, maybe? Looks like the game doesn't want me to do that. That's fine. It's probably better I save my money anyway. Yields here are pretty garbage, but with 2 ebonies that I can use my merchant ability on, we'll take it. We'll take it. Likewise up north here, let's grab this one. This one we're grabbing more for the access to resources than anything. I need 1 access to the coastline. It's also an extra river, so maybe it's not the end of the world. Let's keep exploring. Find me some damn coastline! Or just a massive cluster of a mountain range there. Jeez. I love it. I pillage this trade route while I'm down here. Go on your bike. There's feudalism, so new cities are now glorious. 385 gold and the Romans? Yeah, sure. Piss off the Romans for 385 bucks. Wouldn't you, chat? Chivalry for the industry jobs. Really important. And I guess I snake in here for this last sage. Right, here's this territory. So, let's use our newly buffed merchant ability. Invest in a resource. If no extractor exists, then one will be created. Otherwise, you'll share a sum of the money with the owner. So I should try it in both cases. So I can use it instead of influence here. I can spend 75 influence. How much does it cost normally? 46. So it's actually a rip-off to do it that way. I should just spend my influence. The greater benefit will come from improving resources that belong to others, most likely. So if I just pan around the world and try and find a resource that belongs to someone that they haven't attached, easier said than done. Literally, where is one? Let me do it there to no avail. Maybe I do just want to use it on my own resources. Spend more influence, but get more money out of them is the trade-off. Should I re-roll to try it? No, I'll just take another territory. It's fine. Plenty more land where that came from. Like maybe this one here. Or actually this one here is fine too. Go somewhere that's slightly higher on industry and lower on food, like this 12-16. That's actually a great distribution for me.
15 farmers' quarters? Perhaps you're inviting several thousand friends to dinner.
And I'll keep my eyes peeled
Impressive.
for
A cultural
literally
wonder
any
that makes
resource
me want to pull out my toy
to
blocks and
improve.
go crazy.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Boom. I did it on some horses. Did I make money? I'm not sure. I'd like to reload to investigate. Hey, look at all this smog coming off. I've hit F9 just to do a quick reload. See if we get any money off their horses. Keen to see exactly how this ability plays out in all of the different scenarios where it could be milked for value. The value. Oh, groovy. Groovy background music. All right. Looks like it did have no material impact grabbing those
You might
horses.
consider
If there's a
one of your
luxury
competitors garnered a
iron
lot of
there,
fame
so we could
building
get benefit
that
off
monstrosity.
ooh, there's one.
A
It
new
doesn't have an owner.
independent
No, it doesn't.
people. And who are they? Time will tell if they are helpful,
Uh,
hopeless,
even
or
rather
history.
benefit the independent.
No doubt this independent
but
people possess
I guess
sophisticated
those
customs,
horses
rights,
were a
language, and
reasonable
beliefs.
first use.
I do hope you're going to treat them well.
Sure. Got 3,400 bucks. Grab this merchant ability. 75 influence. Doesn't net me any extra money, but I can now trade for horses. Sure. I'll grab the rest of your crap while I'm there. Thank you. Hey, Joyance. Thanks so much for tuning in. Any resource, even if it's already improved. All right, we'll try and do that next. Get a bit of money out of them. We'll only have to wait 5 turns. That's awesome, and I'm glad you enjoyed the videos. Greetings from England, old boy. Greetings from England, old boy. A huge hello to you. Trade everything with the Uxumites. They'll love that. You're laughing that up. Also pretty good for me, to be fair.
I'm happy.
Little bit more necessary infrastructure here. Yeah, as opposed to the pacing, you could probably fix that with different game speeds.
Another empire
I agree
has
with
certainly
Terentius.
left a mark on the world.
Game's too
with this
fast, chuck it on
cultural
endless.
wonder.
Game's too slow, chuck it
A
on
new
blitz.
independent people.
You'll be through in a couple of hours.
Who are they?
Faster than
Time will
Game
tell
of
if they are
Civilization.
helpful, helpless, or history.
Depending on how quickly you want to play it, of course. Could play it much slower on blitz if you wanted to. But auto-resolve, battles as well. You'd just smash through a game in like 2 hours, probably.
So, will this independent people be an
which is
ally or an enemy?
Pretty normal
A
for the
barrier
genre.
or a blessing? Their future may not
Or
be
the
in their
quickest
hands.
sort of online version of the speeds. Didn't change the game speed, just the timer. That is untrue. Particularly with the recent updates. More things than not scale with game speed now. So most things in game, including production, but now also cultural affinity abilities and those timers, all of that stuff does scale with game speed properly. So you might want to re-look into that. Changed as of today's update, but they also changed some stuff in updates months ago to fix some of that. There's probably still a few more things that need to scale, but now that they've scaled the affinity abilities, which is one of the key things that changed as part of that nerf and buff, it's probably fixed quite a few of those pacing issues. And the late game technologies being made more expensive, that fixed quite a few pacing things as well, or at least improved it. +2 money from trade routes could actually be the best one for me here. I think it is. Let's do it. The Zoros. Yeah, baby. Nice. Oh, and yeet. Thank you, 50th Cal, for yeet. Yeet. Thanks for the $5 super chat, 50th Cal. It's time for a new city, surely. And now you've given me a name for it. Let's make Wiesen your city, and let's call it 50th Cal. Bill. Nice. And you're just gonna get a hamlet straight away because they're really good. Gonna be the best city that ever existed. Look at that industry, baby. You can get some good science as well. Couple of good sciencey districts. Just be incredible. Attach up to there as well. Why not? Get another hamlet down. They're so good. This is the city of dreams. It's got all of its early infrastructure. Massive benefit. Thank you, 50th Cal, for a super duper $5 super. You're in Cleab.
If trouble comes, 5
Splash a bit of cash there to
should
build that
provide
crap,
you with a number
and
of
then
pragmatic answers.
grab the hamlets. They are generally better than most other districts. Not all of them, but at least those first two. And I'll probably go around and repeat a similar thing. 12-10, 15-6. It's pretty good. Not complaining. I am slightly complaining, but not because they're bad. Couple of cramlets down there. Brilliant. Extra jobs, extra food, extra money. Actually quite needed up there in Colossi. You're chopping down a tree, which is something you shouldn't be doing. You need to go and claim some territory, you big dingus. Jeez. And that looks all fine. Okay, action ability hasn't timed out yet. I need this technology to get me back to in a comfortable city cap spot. 15-15 on that bad boy is something to write home about. Merchant ability. Might have to choose another merchant moving through into the next era. Actually, let's get polling, shall we? It is unfortunately, I hate to say it, the early modern era. No. Venetians are super on theme as part of the challenge for this whole event, actually. So the Venetians could be a good pick. This run could use some industry, so the nerfed muggles could be a reasonable take as well. The Dutch are the other merchant culture. I don't think we benefit greatly from them. They like having harbors next to their districts. Because I'm forced to build around lakes, you could maybe make a case for that. Maybe. Venetians are probably better though because they're on theme. Scientists, we've played a lot of Joseon, so I don't think I need to add them in. Any other suggestions that anybody would like to see poll? Fithy. Oh yeah, you're right. It would in fact be Fithy, Cal. Thank you, Terentius. The Umayyads and a buttload of... Oh god, yeah. The Umayyads are one that probably needs a proper revisit from me, I should say. I think the Venetians are a reasonable poll then. I think probably the strongest pick in the era isn't the Venetians though. It's an interesting question actually to what the strongest pick is now. Could be Joseon as the scientist. Marseille could be a really fun one for this run because we could build districts out around these crappy territories and extract a lot of food by working a lot of tiles. So I'm going to put Marseille as an agrarian, the Venetians, because they are required, and then probably an aesthete, and I think Ming. Pete calling for Ming as the aesthete. Let's do that. Let's try out Ming as our aesthete buff. Where are you? A's feet. My feet. Then we'll do the Venetians as our merchant. There is a challenge for them around the... Is it the tech tree Hoff? I'm assuming their challenge is a tech tree. I'm just trying to remember, think back through and make sure that I've got it right. They're a merchant. Would follow through from this merchant as well, which is nice. We'll be able to complete the challenges. Very cool. And then if we want to go with a non-aesthete or merchant, i.e. one of the cultures that wasn't buffed, we could look to Maasai, who I think would be a good foodie pick for this map and this challenge. Who will it be? Let me know. The poll is now live. Like the video if you haven't already, and I will be right back. Whew. Alrighty, you wonderful people. Game screen. Let's go. Here's a resource in my territory that I could connect as well. So when this merchant ability is ready, I'll playtest it in a few different scenarios and try and get to the bottom of exactly what's going on. There are lots of territories here, it's got to be said. Probably connect this resource now. Yoink. Just because it's the extra sage. Benefits from sage, very good. Plus 18 food on main plaza now. I need to get the patronage effect for them for plus 30% food on all cities. That'll be great. Let's get perhaps a balanced... it is just kind of better that way though, isn't it? For now, I'll just place it on that 10-10. We can relocate, if relocation's something I need to do. If not, who cares? There's iron. Really good idea to grab there. Start focusing up. Painting this map red. Yeah, baby. Ooh. 400 bucks to rent those units? Sure. Who can I fight with them? Someone down here, surely. It's like 2 cities with no population. Let's go down and take a look at those. Bounty for the taking. Speaking of, I might also jump over here, see if there's anything juicy on this island. They often have strategic resources. Although in this case, it is fairly scarce. Fairly scarce. Ugh. I'll grab that as well. Should have a city cap coming online out of theology. Wham bam. Thank you, ma'am. I'll get myself ready for patronage, maybe. Which is actually sort of already done with chivalry. War summons for slightly upgraded military units. And then push through to these upgrades. Loads of good infrastructure upgrades in this era. It's the era of infrastructure. More than anything, really. Do I want to keep claiming like there's no tomorrow? Kind of. I've got enough influence to do it. Just issue that slight correction there. being more powerful than ever before. Potentially. Potentially! I don't know. That little copper there has been nagging me for a while. I guess I'll move down to that. Try and get some extra visibility through this unknown. There should be another cluster of resources somewhere. We've just found so few, it doesn't make sense.
The Library of Alexandria has been avenged.
Some ruins here, which is neat. Change around them that I might look to explore, so I'll grab that territory. Stability here is so good that I think I just grab this next door, keep building. We don't have an emblematic district to really leverage off, but the hamlets are probably good enough. I've got so much money, I should also look to trade. These guys, King, hasn't expanded much, has a lot of resources though. So I think it makes them a fairly safe trade partner. How much was that? Oh my god. It's 3 grand. Oh, I do sort of regret buying that. Yikes. It's time to move through, but it's not time to move through just yet. The immediate disembark and bark in Swahili is so good. I love it too, Pete. I realized it bouncing across this tile here. Man, that's good. They're so good. Pyrex Hill. Could pillage this. 700 bucks, 2 turns. Sure. Sorry, Franks. I'm taking my money back. I was ripped off, so I'm taking my money back. Love it. Merchant ability. 1 turn away. Okay, good. Got to do a little bit of experimentation, hopefully. Grab this for the copper. You're right, copper. Should we finish Angkor Wat now? I feel like my cities are in a good spot where they could all jump on that. So let's get the whole gang onto it. 3 turns is all it will take. Right, it's merchant ability time. It's me 105 influence to extract my own, which is more expensive than the influence it costs to just build it on the outpost. Useful if I'm connecting in somewhere where a city has already been built, though. Then we have maybe the likes of... Let's see. You don't have anything. You've got one that's already improved. This would improve our relation score by investing in an extractor on Hippo Regius there. Neat. Investing on one of these is where the money is at. Hello, beautiful. So we can invest on this one that's already built, and it'll give me 2,450 gold. It'll give them 1,200. This is neat because it's potentially, and I'm thinking in regards to the multiplayer tomorrow, potentially a great way to pump money into friendly empires. Look at that. This one here, this money resource, 4,000 bucks out of this one for a measly 105 influence. That is a trade-off worth trading off. Woof. We don't even have the best deals going here. Like, I wonder if you'd ally with me.
I think you might
Yes.
find this
Then we could go
interesting.
customs union.
I think
I'll
you
pay for
have a
that.
proposal
Now we have a
I can
really
sing the
great trading
praises of.
relationship with the Greeks. Jump back in. Infrastructures will make the deals even cheaper. But for future deals, nice to have that short up. And it looks to me like I can also use it on strategics, but they don't need anywhere near as much as those money-making yields. What about a non-money-making resource? Like papyrus. That's mine. So I might leave that one alone. How about these dyes? Don't own it. What about these ones? 2,000 bucks. So it looks like huge huge money. Ridiculous money. Could also use it to improve my relations. Here. Relation score +6. It's not massive, is it? What about on someone that I already have good relations with? Oops, I've accidentally just spent 200 bucks on them. That's fun. Doesn't look like they have anything. They literally don't. Okay, I think the play here, though, is to buy the money-generating resources off of the person who I wouldn't mind giving a lot of money to in return. Any resource will do. Actually, we just have a great relationship with loads of active trade and active trade routes. Bam. 4,000 bucks. Woof. With the nerfing of the builder ability and it only being able to use one per city, these abilities now, way stronger. Again, it's another, you use it on cooldown every time. You buy your Mercury. We can buy all of Huck's Mercury now that we're super wealthy. Thank you for the +8% science on my cities. I'll take tea as well, the other important foodie resource. +6% food. All of that from one merchant ability. All of that trade. All of those buys unlocked. And it's still going as well. 4,000 bucks goes a huck of a long way. It's gotta be said. That is so good.
I will teach you regret.
The Martian Romans looking to move through to the next era too. Okay, good. Alright, looks like this is the area of expansion where people are starting to move in and fill in their blanks. Look at all these independent people! What? None of them have very good resources. This one has 2 obsidian, but it's been stolen already. I guess I take it just for the sake of taking. Although, actually, we're probably better off to go and fight this passive one rather than this aggro one. Because this aggro one's got a lot of might. I wonder if I can rent my friends' units, actually. Yeah? 5 of these dudes. 500 bucks. Sure. That'll do. The power of allies. And I guess there's kind of a front line forming down that way. I probably don't need to defend it though, so I'll just send a unit to the capital. Always a good idea, I think, to have a unit at the capital. Could be making trade more interesting. Interestingly though, Pete, your AI did reject trading with me at all. So those rejections are still in place. But yeah, could be changes to how the AI is valuing trade. Maybe. We'll try out the merchant ability on one of those guys next time. See if it impacts their, if it's +6 per turn, then that's good. If it's +6, it's not so good. When you can make $4,000. We'll go donate generously for the extra holy sites, I think, here. Yes. Raise monuments is quite good, though. A lot of science. I do have a few wonders. Probably be around 300 science. Much better than the 60 stability that the holy sites will offer. Yeah, I'm going to go this instead. An interesting religion, but we did it. And I assume we're leading the world. We're leading our little corner of the world anyway. I'll hang around for a little bit longer to get a little bit of extra fame and stuff. Also, we've got districts that haven't been built. Swahili freaking harbors that haven't been built. Yikes. Hamlets as well. Get those online quickly. And this industrial infrastructure. Cool. Very slow going here. Awesome, Pete. Choose that. It seems to be glitched out. If you have the
Religion name open. Seems to glitch out. Weird. Ooh, I'll probably take these guys with their own unit. Sure. Earn me some military stars, you fools. Hopefully they'll challenge. Oh, they didn't, because I jumped in. Okay, that's fine. I'll manually resolve this just to try and reduce some in-common damage. Happy Friday, by the way. It's Friday! Although I'm very conscious that it'll be your Friday tomorrow, not today, but still. It's happy. We take 100 damage by sacrificing in there. That is awful. Let's just hide and hope that they come out and stand. They did. Good. When they're outside of their walls, the attacks are great for me. When they're inside of their walls, I'll pass! It's a hard pass. Maybe this weak unit will bait some more into coming out. Let's see. No. Looks like it didn't. Okay, that's alright. Take my military stars. Thank you. Really desperately need to expand out here, so let's get a 49 influence harbor to provide 42 food, and then hoover that up. Right here, right now. Maximum industry jobs. Maximum everything jobs, and we're still producing an excess of food. So I need more jobs. Which probably, the best way to achieve that is probably just to buy hamlets. Realistically. Loads of extra jobs immediately. In the categories that count as well. One in all of them across the board. It's very good. Its base yield is good. Then when you think about all of the extra jobs that it's providing, it's even better still. Has this been pillaged? Yeah, I'll just pillage that. I'm gonna keep pillaging crap there. They'll hate me. They'll absolutely hate me. And I don't care. Alright, let's move that way. Brilliant. I've got a lot of influence left over. I would love to claim another wonder this era, or actually even just build another city. Looks like we're still one turn away from that stupid wonder, which is fine, I guess, because I keep delaying it. St. Pete's Mark could maybe do with an extra hamlet, yeah. The one extra benefit that I can get from scaling my districts here is that, so let's do it. Ooh. This elephant, as luck would have it, has just kind of stumbled into a battlefield where it's actually going to be quite useful. Go you! Blink, blink! Shouldn't have moved off the... Oh, I guess I do need to be off the river eventually. We'll keep these units away, although I am tempted to bait out in this direction. Let's try. Come on, come out and fight me. Yeah! You would take that bait, you big dummy. I mean, it was probably the right move. Unfortunate for them. The triple tag team is coming out. And then this elephant can move one more. Can't get vision. That's alright. Slowly lumber its way in the back while no one's looking. Yoink. Yeah, just getting a bit closer to the walls. Tag team you down. Probably need to bring this healthy one through. And I don't really care if these units live or die because they're not mine. But we'll bring this one through here. It probably incentivizes them to go back to the wolves. That's the downside to doing that. But you know what? That's alright. The battle continues, and really heavily in my favor now, so we can probably leave that be. Grab the iron. I am 8 turns away from another merchant ability. Could hang around for another 8 turns and start to really ramp up some long missing infrastructures. Finish the Angkor Wat, for example. Connect up all this missing crap in the middle. Fill this stuff out. Nice. Over here in Cures Sabines. Yeah, there's the Wonder and the Angkor Wat and a whole load of stars.
Not merely
It's waiting on a lot of
for
fame
the
there.
care it took with water and irrigation.
I can't actually get through. This is kind of awkward. I'll just move up and stare at this horse and try and scare it into fighting my anti-cavalry units, which it has done, like a big dummy. But we're in a pretty good spot. I can actually clear that out and win the fight? Question mark? Yes. Great. There's a city. I'll probably burn it down, but it does exist. This one has a whole lot of ruins. They fixed a glitch with that, so I'd kind of like to see what these look like. So, let me attach it up. I assume it's this little overlay here that has been fixed up. Let's see. Clear ruins. Coming up green where it didn't used to. It's these little UI improvements that make a difference. Like the ranged ones that were fixed last time. How much does it cost to remove a ruin? 150 bucks. And it just clears it and makes it nothing. It's kind of a rip-off. I don't know. I'm not sold. I'm not sold. Let me move industrial infrastructure to the start of this queue. Quite important. Also get these people off the farms and onto jobs targeted at intellectuals, not choppers. And maybe we're basically just turning them into nerds. And maybe then look to the Great Mosque for plus 5% fame gain. Could be better than Notre Dame. Although faith becomes food. Let's get Notre Dame. We can plump it down in a stupidly wonderful city. This bad boy. Another wonder. Place it down up on that hill. And I guess just get everybody to work on it while we wait. There's no real downside. Sure. 3 turns. Start turning faith into food. Build that harbour and likely ransack this city because I don't think I want it to stay a city with no infrastructure. Generally a bad idea. One more to grab here. There could be a harbour in it, so I guess I'll pop down and take a look. Sure. I like it. It kind of completes this red blob to a certain extent as well. Notre Dame in 2. Good enough. Food tanking a little, so I might pinch a nerd or 2 back. I can't. It's full. Yikes.
You seem trustworthy.
Franks would like an
Everything
alliance.
seems adequate.
Cool. I'll take some of your gemstones.
It is difficult to respond. I do
And
not
your
wish
copper.
to ruin potential.
Oh, and
friends.
I've got 2 saffron. Give it to me. I must have it. It would be very useful, of course, because it's another food one. The food ones are, forgive the pun, the tastiest options. Oh my god, he did. Anyway, moving swiftly along from that nightmare. Thank you for posting the poll. Let me see the results, because it's going to be time for me to start choosing for the trash era. Twitch, overwhelmingly for the Venetians. Not a huge number of votes, but they all went to Venice. And YouTube is around, at the moment, at the time of me announcing this, around 50% in favor of Venice. So it looks like it'll be a Venetian merchant era, which I can get behind. We've started with food. We're moving through with a very, very powerful merchant ability, which should only get stronger with time. Burn this down for 22 gold. Nowhere near as good as burning down a trade route. That's fine. And even though this place has, like, no resources, I'll take it because it's got really good, juicy tiles. My god, they're good.
I can sing the praises of.
And we're already trading everything and doing everything. We're just living inside of each other's pockets at this point, which is probably a good thing. Back to the capital with you, our one defender. I guess I'll grab this eventually to stop the incoming tide of disgustingness that is my opponent. So you can just wait. You can defend. And you actually can't really fight that fight. So let's get you out of here. We'll go and find what that has to offer. I should move through soon. I get the feeling that if I don't move through soon-ish, I could be left behind. What concerns me is a relative lack of stars. Let's get the gold expansionist starters. It probably comes from this territory that I've just pillaged, which I can't actually found without my own unit. So we need to get the elephant down here quick smart, which has been upgraded into a crossbow. That feels like a really expensive downgrade that I shouldn't have done.
A proposal I can sing the praises of.
We should get a customs union.
A proposal
Yes,
for you.
because now our future trade will be cheaper. You might not think so looking at the cost of these, but it is.
This
And we'll hoover up all of the monetary resources that the Franks offer.
Proposal I can
Huck would
sing
like to
the
trade
praises
everything.
of.
It's good for an extra food out of the horses. That's kind of it, really. What's going on here? Right, so this is me plugging that gap. But I think I want to plug this first. How much is it, actually? Kind of a reasonable question to ask. 500. I can probably do both. Yeah, why not both? And I'll improve all the resources in my area because I think it's definitely worthwhile to spend the Maker's district, Maker's ability on not someone else's district, basically.
Notre Dame.
Not building a district
An
for them
impressive
anyway. I
achievement
want to
built at a
connect
time when
a
scientific
valuable
inquiry
luxury
roamed
every
together
time.
hand in hand.
Notre Dame's done, which is great. Oh, independent tribe has disappeared from over here or something. Either way, a whole load of resources have opened up, so I'll look to grab those. And you should get on top of your infrastructure before you fall behind, old chap. And maybe also do a connect. It'll be a bit of a weird connect to grab this territory. There's coffee, though. Yeah, I'll think about it. Military architecture. Sounds good. And we should be gearing up nicely for a fairly swift entry into the medieval era. I should definitely get walls in this city in particular. This one is worth defending. The hamlet next to the harbour. It's a great use of money and time and population. No! Leave that discovery alone! A race to the world's crappiest discovery is on. Place down this. 30 food. Place it down here on the 13 industry and then relocate that one, I think. I'll give this a go too. Why not? These units aren't mine, so if we sacrifice them, so be it. They've given me the flag, which is a big chump move. Although me not reallocating onto the high ground was an even larger chump move. Actually destroying the archers is probably more beneficial than destroying the horsemen, even though I'm anti-cavalry, so it makes sense for me to destroy the horsemen. I will put one shot into that archer, and then I'll tag team here. This unit's going to die anyway, so we may as well use it to inflict 23 damage. It's given them the high ground and the flag. This was just a really poorly mismanaged. I'm sorry, troops. I know you're not mine, but I should have held you in higher regard than this. A more competitive man than I would re-roll. just gonna sacrifice them. Did I get a military star at least? No. No, I didn't. Well, can't win them all. Let's get one more district attached to a city to allow it to expansionize. I kind of want it to be this one. Quite important, because it's got so many wonders, so its stability is very high. I can get another harbor down, another Swahili harbor. Why not? I'll just buy it. It's made of money. Yeah, right. Get a copper mine there too, because it's dirt cheap. And a couple of cramlets for the extra jobs. These are my keys. My keens to building an otherwise a little lackluster city. Gotta be said. Okay, shall I move? Let's see. 2 more technologies is probably doable. Expansionist stars. Territories attached to any city, including the city's territory. How did I not get that? I'll go for science and expansionist, and then I'll bounce. Walls, please. Anywhere else really high stability looking for a friend? Looking to match up with hot, stable singles near you? Yeah, actually, Arachna Pete would love it. Alright, I'll save my influence. Get Arachna Pete. An extra spot. Chop down this tree to help build this outpost after burning down its city. It's a strange backward world we live in. Oh, hold on. Just as I say I'm going to save my influence, you appear. Oh, it's you, love. I have to grab this. 1 ebony. 1, what are you? Incense. +5 money per incense. Nice. And then I want to get through and grab patronage fairly soon, I think. I'll move awkwardly around these units to grab this 140 gold. Not as good as a pillage, but I'll allow it. Hey, look, here's one with 1. Let's go kill it. Do, 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 do. Just farming city-states. I think we can auto-resolve that one. That looks fine to me.
So,
The Huns, the Huck Alliance. Yeah, baby. Let's do it. And I'll take your horses for all the extra food as well. Thanks, friend.
friend, you are...
Friend. No, you're my friend. One more turn and we can try this beautiful ability again.
I can live with this.
Cool. And could upgrade this into a crossbow, but it's not super juicy. So let's move forward instead and grab this ebony up this way. I think it makes sense to get things like the stoneworks, the artisan's workshop, these sorts of things online quickly. Likewise, the Swahili harbors on any new territory that can put one down, even if it's a garbage one, I'll do it because they're a stability neutral district at the end of the day, so you might as well. Here's one that will need some production into it. You surely have a goodie. Yeah, 24 food. Also some whale poop up there that this city might like to take for me. And just get a crappy swordsman to go and take that. Go on! Hello again, Jacob. The vulture. Vulture is a very cool word.
Proposal I can sing the praises of. We accept.
Alright, give me some more gemstones, you vulture.
This has been
And
a
your
great
saffron
pleasure.
too. A lot of trade to do with the Franks. Frankly. I was saving my influence for something. What was it? Ah, yes. It was you! Get those one-turn walls. Feels like a pretty good spend. Get some extra dudes on money and stuff. Only so far as it doesn't hinder my growth, though. Want to keep stuff growing. Actually in desperate need of a lot of infrastructure here. But I just can't resist those juicy hamlets too. Extra holy site waiting to be put down. I don't really need it right now. Although I could use it to strengthen religious pressure over maybe this way. So, sure. 50th Cal. 50th Cal. You're in. Where are you in is a better question though. No super great tiles that I really want to work here. Just plop it out in the desert. There you go. We'll get the whole gang on it. Or just a couple of the gang. Nice. And then this mercenary is literally just a mercenary. So bring it back this way. Could fight someone around there. No other super juicy targets after we got cut down trying to move toward that other one. You can head over and get the whale poop. Thank you, sir. Reasonable harbor in there too, probs. I'll move there and grab that territory because it was a trading post, so it's probably a good spot. Boom. I'm in second, not first, which is slowing me down a little bit. Ming has been taken. Yikes. Lucky we chose the Venetians. 50% of the vote on YouTube now makes me comfortable in choosing them. Also, they would at most only 2 votes behind on Twitch, so not the end of the world. Let's explore with this expansionist ability though. Just do a save in case I want to reload and try it in multiple places. Merchant, sorry. Here we go, just spam a whole lot of crap in there. Okay, so I have a whole lot of ones that I could use it on to improve. Woof. 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 But most of the value does come from using it elsewhere. Let's have a look and see, maybe if there's one here that has a resource that isn't built like that. So that literally just builds the extractor. Which isn't terrible. Nice way to build up a friend. Grab a resource, buy it off them. 195 influence. It's cheap to build one in another territory. Could be the one that I need for something like patronage. Then we have the independent peoples, who I could use to bolster my opinion with by improving one of theirs. These guys are already full, so I could actually just assimilate. 2,000 influence to assimilate them, but these ones I can assimilate even though... What the heck? It's kind of weird. I think it has to be not on these independent peoples though. Although, let's just try one just to see what happens. So here I have no tolerance with them whatsoever. If I use my ability... I used it. Now it's surged me up to 21, plus 6 relation score from the praise or the bribe. And then, now that I've got it, I'm getting a further plus 3. And it looks to have just given me a surge boost with them. Interesting. What that looks like as I move through turns. Let's try. Because that's kind of neat to figure out. Just as a test.
You have
I can't even remember who it was with. There are so many independent people down here. A smart player would have an army and just march down and destroy and claim everything. That's rightfully theirs. Not me. Right, where are we? Which one are you? Oh, that is... She got huge. Getting sidetracked a little, but I'm really influential here. Ah, there you go. It's because my society is just stretching across all of these people. Anyway, let's jump back in and have a look at this one. It's still plus 9. Cool. So the plus 6 is ongoing. and a one-off boost. So, not terrible. Not terrible. Probably not worth staying in this timeline, but not terrible. And hello to the Don. To answer your question, although Terentius already has, no, this game is not currently available on console. Came out last year in August on PC. It would be cool if it made it to console one day, though. I think it would work well. Although it is available on, like, Google Stadia and Nvidia GeForce Now, Steam via Steam Link. So there are ways that you could get it to a TV screen that don't require a $600 console. If that's what you're after. I think it has controller support if you want to use controller as well, although I haven't actually tried. So don't quote me on that one. Retreat away from that fight in this alternate timeline, and obviously, use our merchant ability elsewhere. Using it here, not terrible. We know what that'll do. It'll give +6, and it'll give +6 ongoing to this relationship, which was actually already at 21. So it does just add the +6, but it's +6 per turn. Neat. The real money, though, the real money, is the likes of this. $2,000. Woof. And across the world, here's a copper they haven't improved. I don't get any money from improving that one. But my god, I get $4,000 from improving that, so I'll do it. That is glorious, glorious.
You have unlocked seafaring. To safely travel the dangerous, hungry oceans. You can
upgrade that unit into a
anywhere you
crossbow.
want now.
Keep an eye on
have a
those
better chance at getting away with
Huckett hordes. And with that, we're nearly at the 4-hour mark. I think I'm going to wrap up here, everybody. Throw us over onto the end screen and say thank you very much for joining me today. A reminder, if you haven't heard me shamelessly plug it already, apologies to you wonderful VOD viewers who have heard it 10 times now. But tomorrow, Friday, your time, Friday afternoon in the Americas, Friday night at 9 p.m. GMT, if you're based in Europe, we'll be doing a community multiplayer for Humankind, trying out the new update. If you'd like to participate, jump into the members Discord. You still have time, I think, just to throw your name in the ring. Just chuck it in somewhere, chuck it at Huck. We posted an announcement about it, and I will see you live here tomorrow to try out not only the rest of this update, but also multiplayer. I've won 2 out of 3 of the multiplayer sessions, so if I can win this next one, I'll be at 75%. Really, really looking forward to it. I'll see you at 9 p.m. GMT tomorrow. Thank you to people like Pete, very generous super chat, Devilish, very generous, and Dusk as well. The 3 super chatters, I believe, of the stream. Thank you. Thank you also to the people who use their Twitch Prime subscriptions, or even just their normal Twitch subscriptions. I appreciate you. The wonderful Pete, Mark, rather. 50th Cal, thank you as well. I think those are all of my thank yous. You really do enable these streams. Streaming is not profitable at all, and I really am grateful for you helping keep them sustainable, but also adding to the party time. Did somebody say party time? No, but really, thank you to everybody who joined in today, regardless of how you've joined in. Jacob, the early birds, Octopus, Charles, I remember you. I've seen you floating around, and I'll catch you for some multiplayer action where all bets are off tomorrow. And I'll probably continue this game as well, because it's been a really fun one. I'd like to test out the rest of what this patch has to offer. If you'd like, I assume you'd like to see the rest. I didn't poll on it, but I'm also open to starting a new game next time if we'd prefer, with a new challenge. We're discussing some challenges with Hoff off screen as well. Got a couple of good ideas in the works. But I feel like finishing this one makes sense. This is a challenge. So we'll probably finish this next week as well, in and around the release of Dune Spice Wars, Humankind's event. My goodness. Hey, Jumbo Charles, still floating about. That is awesome. Wicked. All right, everybody. I will see you tomorrow for some multiplayer. Take care. Happy Friday. And,